What's up, everybody? Oh, what's up? Okay, I thought the mic was off. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. It is NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying for the Iowa Corn 350. And we are here live at the Iowa Speedway for the second year in a row for this NASCAR Cup Series crew as they are ready to have some fun here today. Right now, we got Group 1 practice. Got 18 minutes left to go in practice. Almendinger is on the top right here, but let's get into the chat really quick. What's going on, Alex? It's time for the win, please. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Bowman, Mr. Bowman, the showman. What's up, Bronny? Good to see you. Braden, Billy Voles, man. Good to see you. Gator Chomp with the 48s. What's up, Miss Tom? Hello, hello. Chill Official. What's going on? Good to see you. Apple says King of the Hill car. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. Kenneth Fox with a 25th like. Baron says rooting and tune for that Hosava, number 77. We'll see what up with that. Bronny, as always. Bright Wolf, good to see you as well. Danny, hello. Dev, what's going on? Cold Trickle, give me a can of corn ready for tonight. What's up, Marcus? Good to see you. Predicted Christopher Bell will be the fastest in practice and qualified from the front row on Iowa's. We'll see if his true. Marcus, what's up? Good to see you. Mad Steve as well as always, and Steve, and appreciate you guys always being here. Joyce, what's up? Hello, hello to everybody. Craze D, what's going on too as well. So let's get to the screen here. Qualifying. Let's see here. Oh, this is practice. I'm talking about practice. Talking about practice. So let's get rid of the qualifying. This is Group 1, by the way. Group 1, 20-minute session for each one. 20-minute session for each one. This is Group A, by the way. Group 1. Sorry, Group 1, not Group A. Group 1. And let's get in MRN here as Austin Dillon there on the track. He's doing double duty today as he's in the 21 for Austin Hill. Got suspended. Here's the SVG as well.
Had to lift, kind of losing momentum here. A much slower lap coming across the line that time, but
Get this up here 1 second, y'all.
kind of jumped over that. Good to learn to practice.
That's good for us to know as well. You missed that corner just by the smallest margins. That lap was 2 seconds slower than what his fastest lap was.
Was when he flirted with getting to the top of the patch. Remember last year we came here, they had repaved the bottom 2 grooves on both ends of this racetrack just through the corners. He was up there playing on the top of that, must have gotten just over the grip of that and really kind of lost some pace.
Of course, we're talking about Tyler Reddick. He drives for 2311 Racing. Riley Herbst, obviously, with 2311 Racing. So 2/3 of the 2311 fleet, and Tyler Reddick almost lost it coming out of turn number 4 right there. He was able to hang on to the race car. Steve Post is with the 3rd teammate of 2311, or can provide an update on Bubba Wallace, who was able to take the checkered flag last weekend at the Brickyard 400 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
What a win for Bubba Wallace, and had the chance this morning to sit in. He held court with a bunch of reporters here today, and first and foremost, Bubba very, very loose. One of the reporters said, all year long you've been on the bubble, and Bubba quickly corrected him. He said, all my career, I've been on the bubble as far as the playoff goes. But they got that win, and they talked a little bit about what you do over the next 4 races. And Bubba, again, very lighthearted, very fun. He said, I said to Charles tonight, my crew chief, maybe here at Iowa we should pit for 4 tires on lap 1, just to wonder what people will happen. And again, very, very loose. And then Bubba got real serious, and he said the next 4 races are to find all of our weaknesses, to find all of the spots where we need to work on to get ready for the playoffs. We have this race at Iowa. Bubba is admittedly not looking forward to Watkins Glen. Road racing is a struggle for himself, so they're going to go up there, Richmond, and then the Super Speedway at Daytona. But Bubba said their goal over the next 4 weeks, if we can get some playoff points, get some playoff points, but let's hone in on where our weaknesses is so we can go playoff racing and make a deep run into the playoffs. So it was a fascinating Bubba because he went from lighthearted and fun and cutting up, and I don't care.
How about now? How about now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay. We're better now, rookie. Such a noob. Such a noob.
Their teammates are out on the racetrack working it now, and we'll see what Bubba Wallace and Charles Denick, his crew chief, can put together and what they can learn.
Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch. Look at Rowdy.
For the first time in a long long time. First
Look at
time of his
Rowdy.
career.
Yeah, such a dude.
Locked into the playoffs
How's the
in a few
beach,
weeks
Dallas?
before we start that in Darlington.
Oh, Rowdy Bush. Where's my Rowdy
11, a
friends?
three-car team. Riley Herbst currently ninth
Let me
right
see
now
my
in
Rowdy
practice.
friends.
The other teammate, Tyler Reddick's at top of the leaderboard, and he's taking that McDonald's Toyota back.
Let me see my Rowdy friends.
Just a moment from Iowa Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
All right, so let's go through the field really quick here. Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain doing double duty as well, as he was in that number 9. He qualified 3rd, I believe, or 4th or 5th. I can't remember now. For the High V 250 today. Ty Dillon there in 4th. Look at it. He thinks it's still the in-season tournament as he's 4th fastest. AJ Allmendinger, Austin Dillon there. Eric Jones, Cody Ware, Riley Herbst, Michael McDowell, SVG, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Daniel Suarez, Josh Berry, Noah Gragson, Joey Logano, Cole Custer, Zane Smith, Joey Gase, and Justin Haley are your Group 1 contestants here as we are at the Iowa Speedway for who? Chastain. Yeah, wasn't he like 3rd or 4th qualify for the Bowman must be in Group 2. Yeah, most other ones are in Group 2. This is Group 1. If you're talking about where Chastain qualified in Xfinity, well, 11th. Okay, I was way off. So 11th place for Ross Chastain's. But thank you guys for being here today. We appreciate it. This is on True TV. No Lee Diffie in qualifying, apparently. So, or practice and qualifying. He's just going to be, I guess, during the race. I don't know. Is he even back for NBC? I don't know. I haven't heard Lee Diffie's name, but I thought for sure he was coming back. But Charles says, "What's up, CeeLo? What's up, Charles? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here." But hit that like for us. Trying to get to 100 likes. Trying to get to 100 likes. Get this out of the way, over with. And then coming up after this at 3 o'clock Central Time, we'll be bringing you the High V 250. And then the baseball game right after that, Atlanta Braves versus the Cincinnati Reds. Not sure if the 3D is going to work. We're going to learn together. If it pops up, it pops up. I'm thinking they will. I think they'll get it. They'll get it set up, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it as we bring you our continuing coverage of the NASCAR Cup Series qualifying and practice and qualifying that we do pretty much every Saturday. Here for you guys, or on Friday, wherever they do their practices or qualifying. So we try to bring you the best coverage. We had just a little bit ago this morning the NASCAR Xfinity Series practice and qualifying as we extend our coverage for that as well. And then, of course, all the races on here, NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, NASCAR Xfinity Series, and NASCAR Cup Series on this channel all the time. So we appreciate you guys being here. Hit that like, hit the subscribe up there if you're new. 34,117. We're going to see if we can get some more folks here today. And make sure you also go check out our paint scheme and race weekend preview that we put out for this race weekend. We do that every Friday. Every Friday we release a paint scheme and race weekend preview. So make sure you go check that out as well. What boat you going on next time? We're going on the Celebrity Apex. That is in November. That's after races are over. We're not missing the last race this year like we did last year. When we planned it, I said after the last race. So we'll be here for you guys throughout the thing here. So, but thank you guys for being here. Thanks so much. Let's see here.
The geometry on the right front of the race car. They put the chassis wrench on the left side too. And Todd,
and Bowman needs a win. He does. He does need a win. He does need a win.
He was trying to adjust his brake bias a little bit for him here on
True TV got caught UTV, James says. True TV got caught UTV. What's up, CeeLo? Time for another bell win, James. I don't know what that means, but welcome in, buddy. Perfect for NASCAR, James says.
Put some more rear brake in the car. Force the rear brakes to have more pressure and kind of use the back to slow the car.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
A little bit more. But at that
I know what you're talking about now. I got a feeling he's going to be fired after the... I don't think so. I don't think so, Gator. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Through group number 1 practice. Tyler Reddick is the fastest. Second
The
quick
bubble
Steve
wand.
Post is Kyle Busch.
A bubble wand. Oh, bubbles everywhere.
Radio, his communication with Randall Burnett.
Let me see those eights. Let me see my rowdy friends.
Trouble. Kyle Busch is around in turn
Oh,
number
of
one,
course.
Steve. As you're talking about it, he goes for a spin. There is some fire coming out of the headers, but
Oh
that's
my
just,
gosh.
an issue for Kyle Busch in turn one.
Can it get any worse?
Look at this significant right front contact to the right wall. Front clip spin up on that thing. That was a
There's
big
True
hit.
TV's
Looks like
way
it got
behind.
down into turn one, and it kind of
Way behind, y'all.
Right.
Oh my
Kyle
gosh,
Busch
way behind.
was second in the leaderboard, 23.658, 133.147 miles an hour.
And he was
Just about to brag
fast
on the
too.
successes of this practice session. However, he comes to grief in turn number one. He has climbed from the car.
They were watching that live when that happened too.
On that car, safety crews, Alex.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he's going to walk away from it and walk down the bank.
Blew a tire going into the
That's a
turn.
great sign of that smoking
Golly.
Chevrolet. Kyle Busch certainly not happy. Car is now, well, torn up pretty good, as Todd demonstrated there. Steve, let's go back to you.
They were
What
watching that
saying about
live
the car
on
just
True
before it broke
TV
loose
when
on
that
him?
He
happened.
just brought the car in and made some adjustments on it, and they said he felt pretty good about the
Thank
race
you,
car in the
Carson.
short run,
Appreciate it.
but
Thanks
just
so
the,
much.
the tail
3 a.m. in the morning,
was a
man.
little bit loose, and
Trooper.
so they
Appreciate
worked
you,
to tighten
dude.
that race car up and just
Did
set it up
Rusty
for the
Wallace
race car.
design this
He
track? I
wasn't
think
out
so.
there maybe 2 laps, maybe 3 laps when the car broke loose. And you guys are right, just looking at a replay here on the NASCAR TV.
Wow.
That right front of that car is absolutely destroyed.
Destroyed.
Kyle Busch has really dusted one up and broke one down here today at Iowa.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they showed the in-car camera as well. Looked like he drove down in the corner, it got loose, kind of corrected back to the right. And what happens a lot of times, the weight transfers and the car takes off. The nose took off.
22
right.
starts this season, only 2 top 5s, 7 top
Heck of
10s.
a shot into the wall, and again, the right front
On
right
camera.
front of the car is just
Yep.
used up. The good news is though, Kyle got out under his own power. Took a look at the car. He
went right into the wall.
But that is not the start to the Iowa racing weekend that Kyle Busch won. And had a fast race car.
Well, so much for that.
Things just go south on him as we've got about 9 minutes to go in this practice session.
So Todd, clearly this looks like this may very well be a backup car scenario
Ooh.
for Kyle Busch here. Certainly not going to say it is until the team gets a
Yeah, I
chance
definitely
look
got to
at
get a
it. The
backup car for
significant
Rowdy
45
Busch
degree angle
here.
hit. Now,
Is
these
every good
teams
car
bring
in Group
backup
2?
cars to the track, but
Yeesh.
they
I know.
don't have an
Yeesh.
engine in them. They're supposed to put this primary engine in the car, but the big
Lots of good cars in Group 2 as well. We got about 8 minutes left.
The engine as well.
It could, and they'll look at what they've got there.
And he had the second fastest car too.
Engine that's in one of the Chevrolet team's transporters. Not everybody brings a spare engine, but you're not allowed to bring them. This way, they didn't have to bring 80 race engines to the racetrack. You know, we don't have to bring 80, so we don't have 40 and then 40 more. You've got cars with no engines in them, and everybody from RCR and their affiliated teams can come help them kind of put a backup car back together. It's
Yeah,
several
it's
hours of
stacked.
work, but they'll have to
Group
get the
2 is
drivers
stacked.
particularly right because they probably bring a shared.
I thought a tire went down, but no, he overcorrected in the turn and went straight into it. What's up, CeeLo? Time for another Bell win. We'll see, Big Wade.
The car's great, and all of a sudden, you're in the fence and you're considering going to a backup car. What's
Got a
happening in
feeling
that
it's
pit stall
going to be
right now?
another
What's the
boring
ripple effect
race.
of what's happening?
Follow the leader, Chris
I would
B
say that they're
says.
working on
Could be
trying
like
to get the car
Nashville.
already
That's what this
that's got the
track's kind of
backup
like,
to roll it
Nashville.
out. You've seen how significant that impact is. The right front's pushed back, so you know front clip's done. You don't know where firewall is, places like that. You just don't want to take a chance on it. I gotta believe that they're going to this.
I feel it's going to be another boring race, though. Terry, thanks for becoming a rookie member. Terry, welcome to the CeeLo Nation. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate you being here.
Right now, the cleanup continues over in turn 2, trying to get that battered Cheddar's Chevrolet off the racetrack from the crash here in Group 1 practice. Single lap speeds, here's how they are in the 19 cars to this point.
Tyler Reddick is the fastest of them all. Again, 23.571 seconds.
Hey, my dark horse, Tyler Reddick.
639 miles an hour. Kyle Busch, second. Ross Chastain, third. Austin Dillon, fourth. Ty Dillon in fifth. The significance of that is RCR and RCR-related cars are in the top 5 with Busch, Dillon, both Austin and Ty. Sixth right now, Shane Van Gisbergen. A.J. Allmendinger is 7th with Eric Jones in 8th. Cody Ware 9th, and Michael McDowell is 10th.
Riley Herbst currently 11th. Daniel Suarez is 12th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is 13th. Noah Gragson 14th. Josh Berry 15th. Joey Logano back in 16th. Cole Custer is 17th. Zane Smith 18th, and Joey Gase is 19th.
Let's check in with Jason Toy, who is down on the pit lane with Chase Elliott.
All right.
Motorsports crew, they're sitting down here. They've been looking over the data as Chase.
Ladies and gentlemen, no spoilers. Josh Berry, top 10 lock for money, James says. We'll see. Shark Blood. Soren, what's going on? Hey, guys, greetings from Germany. I'm hoping that Denny Hamlin will finally win the title this year, man. Me and you both, dude.
It's wild.
Bowman isn't going nowhere. I don't think he is either, Charles.
23.75 on lap 37, and on lap 14, he ran a 23.78. So, hope we qualify.
Where's
well
my
and
Chase
put ourselves in a
friends
good spot
at?
to
Where's
execute the
Chase?
day, tomorrow. So that all starts here in a minute, and we'll go to work.
Chase.
Take us into the driver's seat. What's it like driving around?
Where you at, Chase?
Call it a short track. It is a very fast one of those.
Yeah, it's not really a short track. In my opinion, at least. It's
Honor in the
pretty good,
88 will take Bowman nice next year. I don't think so.
K&N racing,
I don't think he will.
Ran a Pro Cup race here too. I think a long time ago, and always enjoyed coming out here. It's changed a lot since they redid the the asphalt. I thought the racetrack raced a lot differently last year than what I remembered historically. But yeah, good to be here, and it's beautiful out here this weekend, man. It's nice to get out of that southeastern heat for a couple days, so can't complain.
All right, one last thing. You're a big Braves guy. Big game at Bristol Motor Speedway tonight. Braves and Reds. You gonna be watching this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited about it. It should be a treat. I am curious to just kind of hear what people think of Bristol, and we're used to it, right? We see it all the time, but I don't think people just realize how big that place is and just what the racetrack itself looks like, and I hope it intrigues some
Chasing
some
Iowa
baseball
Gold
fans
Star
enough to want to come back in a month and at least see what we do there too. Yeah, hopefully it's a good game. We'll see. Braves they've kind of had a little bit of a rough stretch, but hopefully
Tell me about it,
have a
Chase.
good night
Tell
tonight.
me about it,
There you
Chase.
go, Chase Elliott. He's concentrating on what he's got going on here, but tonight it'll be all about baseball.
You're just tuned in, Mark. Thanks for being here, buddy.
This is where
Phila.
the Major League Baseball world and the NASCAR
So yeah,
world
Braves
collide.
and the Reds
They have
tonight
taken
at
the
Bristol
infield
Motor
of Bristol
Speedway.
Motor Speedway, and they've
We'll be
converted
bringing
it
that
into
to
a
you in
baseball
3D
diamond.
hopefully
Pictures of
tonight. That'll be our
artist
6
renderings are
o'clock stream
spectacular.
after the NASCAR
Alex,
Xfinity race is over.
85,000 plus
Hopefully it'll be
tickets
over
have been
with
sold,
in time.
making that the
But
largest
we'll be over there at
MLB
6
crowd
o'clock
to sell a
tonight
baseball
for
game
our
ever
4th stream
in
of the
history.
night. This
The
is our
100 years straight in
second
MLB.
Yeah, it's
here with the
really cool. If you
NASCAR.
remember,
I
they
just
put a
couldn't go.
football field in there not too
Didn't get
terribly long
tickets,
ago.
George. I
Played
thought
college
we'd be there,
football in
but
there.
could not
Tennessee
get tickets. But
Volunteers, the Virginia
after
Tech Hokies, they left the field in
after
there, and some local high school teams played.
after the way I see the tickets, I'm kind of glad I didn't go. I don't know if anybody has seen any of the seats for Bristol for the Braves game. They are pretty crazy, but right now we're in a red flag right now due to I want to see if I can find one for you here. This is on the front stretch by the checkered flag. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. Hey, that is somebody's seat. Can you see the ball game? Can you see the field at all? Can you see the field at all? That's someone's seat for today's game. That's on the front stretch underneath the awning on Bristol on the front stretch. That is crazy stuff. That is one of the seats at Bristol tonight. Like, how can you watch the game from up there? Like, you're not going to be able to see anything. It's crazy. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't go. It would have been cool to be there for the experience, but I went to the football game. Going for $250. Dang, so Bush needs to go to a backup car. Yep. And maybe we'll see what the backup car does. We'll see what the backup car does. What's up, Susan? Good to see you.
Just watching stuff, and definitely, I was able to do the test here 2 months ago, and it's kind of a totally different racetrack. So just
He says he thinks the 9 needs a crew chief change. Anybody else agree with him?
fighting here though, just being really loose in and whatnot. So yeah, it'd be interesting to kind of see what it feels like once we get out there, just how different it is from the test. But yeah, looking forward to getting behind the wheel of our Bass Pro Shops Toyota and seeing what we got this weekend.
Red flag or red caution flag right now due to Kyle Busch's wreck.
I know as a driver, you're loving the fact temperatures are in the 70s, but how different is this track?
Yeah, it's definitely way different. You know, even already, I think it's about half a second faster than what we ever even got to at the test. So that, and it's way wider, you know, at the test. We could never even think about coming off that bottom lane, where here we're already kind of in the middle of the racetrack. So, yeah, definitely be different, you know, when we go out there, just from a pace standpoint and even the line-wise. So, yeah, be interesting to see what we got. And hopefully, you know, my team did a really good job of getting it right.
No consistency breeds wins. The 9 is just fine, Bogan says.
While we got this red flag opportunity and listening
to just needs consistency, Bogan says. I can see that too.
Every once in a while, they want them to crank the car up and roll it forward.
I'm glad they're now on NBC because TNT literally made Fox look like NBC.
Well, one thing that they do by cranking the car is they're just circulating the water, so that the water that's sitting in the engine and getting hot gets out to where the radiator is, so that you're just trying to keep the water circulating through. It's just a quick
I'll made a beeline to that wall.
Water, get in a different position, let it cool down. The other part about rolling is, and this is kind of crazy, but the bottom of the tire gets cold because it's against the concrete.
It looks nasty too.
So the whole tire circumference cools.
So they got a long day ahead of them to get a new car up on the thing.
The hot spots in certain different places, whether it be brakes.
It just crunched it, man. So the cars are parked right now.
As the saying goes. And those are just some of the details these teams are chasing. And right now, track cleanup continues. After Kyle Busch's crash, if you're just joining us, went off into turn number 1 here in this Group 1 practice. Back into the car, got a little loose. He put some steering input towards the right to try to correct it. Tires gripped up, and he went with the right front corner up against the outside safer barrier, and a sledgehammer shot there. Kyle did get out of the car and walked away under his own power, but there's been an awful lot of fluid put down on the racetrack in turns 1 and 2, and cleanup trucks are out there right now just buttoning up that before we can go back under green.
And obviously it's a disappointing set of circumstances for Kyle Busch, but when you look at this first grouping of cars, 19 of them, RCR cars were 2nd and 4th. Now, the Colleague Racing cars have a relationship with, obviously, RCR, and they seem to be going good in the first session. Now, what will the Group 2 cars do? What will they do compared to the Group 1 cars? That's something that will obviously be following along together. But
67 likes. Hit that like, y'all. Trying to get to 100 likes. Help us out with that. Hit that subscribe as well. We're trying to get to 34,200 today. What's up, Chris D says, what up, CeeLo? Chris D here. Will Chastain hold a grudge with McDowell? Oh, yeah. Remember those guys. And Chastain was getting with the McDowell as well. I mean, yeah, that's right. Those two guys, yeah, I remember that. Now I remember that, yes.
Not the way they wanted things to go here in practice to get their weekend underway.
Kyle Busch has not led any laps in the last 10. We're waiting for that car to come to life. Of course, he's flying the Cheddar colors this weekend, Cheddar's colors this weekend. And
said checkers.
Go to the racetrack, we see moments where they think they're gaining on it, but then something happens like this. We commented off the air. That's the year of Kyle Busch right there. You take 2 steps forward, and then all of a sudden you get knocked 4 back, and you're in that seesaw of
practice Group 1 here
versus dealing with the challenges that come with every trip to the racetrack.
You mentioned he hasn't led a lap in the Cup car in the last 10 consecutive races. That's the longest he's ever gone in his Cup career without leading a lap. Steve Post.
Kyle, the good news is you've walked out of the care center. What were you dealing with and what happened down there in turn number 1?
Yeah, just continuing to work on the trust factor with the back end of the car and, you know, feeling the rear tires, and they were chattering a little bit. Every time I would push it a little bit harder, whether it be entry or exit, and trying to maximize the lap time.
Honest thing in NASCAR.
Or grip for lap time. It would chatter out, you know, so we kept coming in, making changes to that, and I felt really good in 3 and 4 coming to the crash site. You know, through 3 and 4 was really good, felt sticky, and over-trusted it getting into turn 1 and just swapped ends on me and overcorrected, hit the fence. So hate it for all my guys and everybody on our number 8 Cheddar Chevrolet that they got to work on a backup car to get ready for tomorrow and try to regroup and do it again.
The good news is you've walked out of the care center, though. How violent a hit was that? What was your sense of the hit as far as taking it in the car?
No, I'm going Kyle Larson this week. Larson.
Sorry for the language, but that's literally what it's like. So, you know, just, oh, well, I mean, hate it for the guy.
Yeah, still under caution.
The well factor, but
the
well factor is that, you know, I'll have to go back at it again tomorrow.
There we go. That's Kyle Busch. The good news is he is out of the care center. Kyle apologized for the language, and we send that along as well. You can tell his frustration, making progress. And now
so he's going to push back a little bit. He's going to push back qualifying here a little bit.
all get a handle on.
They might
It's
not have a
when the
good break
tires
in
start to
between those
slip.
two teams.
When you feel the edge of the tire, where we all talk about being on the edge of it, the edge of the grip.
Oh,
When you
Denny
get to the point
Championship?
that you
yes.
get right to the edge of the grip,
I hope
it
so.
goes to slide the
I'd
tire,
love
then
to see
grips
it.
Up, then it slides the
It'd
tire
be
in.
nice.
It kind of gives you a vibration. That's a chatter he's talking
Best
about.
feeling in
That's
the
right at
freezing.
edge of the tires, losing
Bell,
their grip,
Christopher
and as
Bell
soon as
filling
they
in
break
for
loose,
freezing at
you pass
Watkins
that
Glen.
chatter and swapping
Nice.
ends.
Cars
That's
are back on
cool.
the racetrack. 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining for Group 1 in this practice session. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the motor race.
All right, so we're just here waiting for practice to resume. Looks like the green flag is back out. We got about 8 minutes left in Group 1. You're welcome. You're welcome. Group 1 practice here, and then Group 2 practice, and then we'll have qualifying for the NASCAR Cup Series. Then right after that, we'll be bringing you the High V 250 this afternoon, and then right after that, we'll be bringing you the Atlanta Braves versus the Cincinnati Reds. So, long day here on our channel, and looking forward to it. We didn't really stream much last week, so we appreciate you being here, and let's get back to practice.
Kyle is okay. He has just stepped from the care center. Tyler Reddick is fastest. Kyle Busch second overall.
How far off is qualifying? You got another whole group to go, Carson. So another, about 8 minutes left here, and then probably about a 5-10 minute break, and then Group 2 with a 20-minute run as well.
Of the 19 cars here in Group 1, 7 of them are Ford Mustang Dark Horses. The fastest of the Fords right now is only 9th overall, and that is Cody Ware. The rest of the Fords are at the very bottom, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th, including Noah Gragson, Josh Berry, Joey Logano, Cole Custer, Zane Smith, and Joey Gase. Todd, can you make any sense out of that whatsoever?
To me, we've got new tires here. I feel like somebody's got to be off on a tire question here. When you look at a group being like this, you've got 6 of your 7 cars, the bottom 6 cars. To me,
what's up, CeeLo? What time is the Xfinity race? Dislike. It's got 3:30. Goes green. We'll be on at 3 o'clock.
Because to see the guys, and you look at this.
4 minutes left here.
Joey Logano, Cole Custer, Zane Smith. I mean, these are guys that should be able to find speed. Noah Gragson, and all be back there. I would look for something in the tire data that Ford has put forward into being an issue for these guys.
So let's go back to your crew chiefing days, right? We're going back to Iowa for the second time. Last year we raced at night. We're going to race in the day on Sunday. You come back to a track that's been patched. There's been some give up. There's been some aging of that, but you got a brand new tire. Where do you start with the setup of the race car?
Well, you look at the tire test that you did, but you came out here. We heard Chase Briscoe talk about it earlier, the fact that at the tire test, because he was part of it.
0 wins versus teammates have what? Have 7 wins. Or discussing in the chat about Alex Bowman and how he might lose his ride. Gator's thinking he's going to lose his ride at the end of the year.
Maybe set yourself in a wrong position. I've been down this. We went to Michigan one year. All of the Team Penske cars were, we call it on the right side of the board.
I don't think so. I don't think Bowman's going anywhere for the Hendricks team.
We got a new tire.
I don't think so at all.
We figured it out that we went to the wrong pressures. We came in a whole different direction, all made ourselves to top 10 the next day.
Exactly, Charles. He ain't going anywhere. I don't think so.
So won the Daytona 500 as a crew chief.
But Gator, Chomp, he puts up a good argument.
Go back to the drawing board and just kind of start over. So how
Wade says Kyle needs to retire and let his son take over. He wrecks every weekend.
You've pinpointed the fact that you're off.
He's got certainly a lot of bad luck, Big Wade.
Hard discussions at a corporate level about where you can be, especially Team Penske.
I don't think he's signed an extension yet, Alex. What's up, Ernest? Good to see you. I'd like to see it come back.
Obviously, you came here with what you thought was good. It's not shown speed. Trying to decipher.
Our goal is to go to the San Diego race. That's my plan, to be out there for the San Diego race. We already got lodging for it. Hopefully by in a couple months. Next month we'll know if we have a room out there.
In this practice session, Tyler Reddick continues to be the fastest car. Looking at the 5, the 10, the 15 lap.
Rowdy will win tomorrow. In the backup car, Dev?
Ross Chastain, Trackhouse Racing. And
we'll see.
Busch Light Chevrolet. Fastest of
Thank God Chicago is out of the picture. Yeah.
Now, these are just the Group 1
you know me and road courses, Chris. I don't like them. Wabash is an 18-wheeler trailer manufacturer.
Some of the Arkema Art Series General.
The Wabash Cannonball, Cold Trickle.
Firestone rubber out there as well from the Indy race a couple of weeks ago. They're working through all that right now. If I'm a driver, trying to race on Sunday, I want to be in Group 2. Let these cars do the heavy lifting.
Alex
The
Bowman
biggest
is
question,
signed through
Alex, is what will
2026
be the
season.
differentiator and how faster will those Group 2 cars be when they take to the racetrack in about 11 minutes from now?
And one thing I will pay attention to is, will any of the Group 2 cars even start off on the bottom of the racetrack? Because right now, just about everybody is running that second lane off the bottom, if you will. So if you kind of think about it,
A Wabash Cannonball? You never heard of that term, Cole Trickle?
Drivers left all the way across to the right. Well, you've got a good 5 or 6 lanes wide of racetrack. But the newer pavement,
The old roller coaster at Opryland. I still wish NASCAR would have ran Long Beach instead of San Diego Naval Base.
The grip at least is at the moment. And specifically now that we've gotten more Goodyear rubber.
And Ally is extended with Hendrick Motorsports through 2028, Alex says.
So that'll be one thing I'll pay attention to when the Group 2 cars go out on the speedway.
And that'll be in about 11 minutes from now. We've got less than 30 seconds remaining in this practice session. Every driver now on the racetrack beginning to come in off of the racetrack. They're going to pull into their pit stalls. You got a handful of drivers that are trying to get that last lap, maybe last lap or two to wind this down. We'll take a pause, we'll take a breath, and then those.
All right, so we're going to have Group 2 practice now. Group 2 practice. We'll wait for them to refresh the thing here. So let me put that Group 2 now. It's not Group A and B, it's Group 2. Group B. Group 2. Here, get a little thinner picture of Group 2. But we are live here at Iowa Speedway. We did not go to the baseball game today, so we are live with you all day. So that's a good little turnaround compared to what we weren't. I moved here in Nashville in 1998, right as the Opryland Museum Park closed. Oh, that sucks, Cole. It was a good time. It was a good time. But thank you guys for being here. We're at 84 likes. We're 16 away from 100. If you help us out with those likes for us, we would appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel as well. We're 1 away from 34,120. And why is Austin Hill not in the race? Dev, he was suspended this week due to the left hook that he gave Eric Almirola at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Not only is he suspended for a week, he loses all of his playoff points. Playoffs? He loses all of his playoff points because he is missing a race. And NASCAR's rule, you have to go to every race without, if you do miss a race, you have to have a waiver. But since he does not have a waiver and he's suspended, he will lose all 21 of his points. And if he gains any points going forward to the next 5 races, he will not get any of those points either. So he will start dead last in the playoffs with 0 points, and it'll be hard for him to get back, but we'll see what happens. Did they play the baseball in Bristol yet? No, it's tonight. It is tonight. So it also didn't help Austin Hill for dogging NASCAR over the radio. That doesn't help either. So you don't want those on your bad side. So he probably would have just kept his mouth shut. Maybe they would have just docked him some points, but he really let them have it over the radio. So yeah, so he'll lose 21 points at the beginning of the playoffs, and he will be in dead last in the playoffs when it starts. So that's that. Also, in the Xfinity Series, if you just missed our vlog, Carson Hocevar is in for Josh Williams in that 11 Kaulig car as well. So, but we'll talk more about that in the next series, next stream, which is up here at 3 o'clock. But we are here for the NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying for Group 2 now. Practice number 2, Group 2. And let's see if they have refreshed the system yet. See if it's on here. They're getting some of them in there. Justin Haley, Christopher Bell. They haven't got them all in there yet. But we thank you for being here. We appreciate you so much for being here. This is Group 2. About 20 more minutes we'll have Group 2 practice, and then we'll have qualifying for both cars, both groups, to see who gets the pole for tomorrow's Iowa Corn 350, which will be live tomorrow afternoon. I think the race starts at 3 o'clock or 3:30. We'll be on at 3 o'clock tomorrow. If it starts at 3, we'll be on at 2:30. One or the other. So 84 likes. Let's 90 likes. Thank you guys. 10 more likes to go to 100. What happened to Kyle Busch? He was riding along third fastest in the practice, and he got loose and adjusted wrong and went straight into the wall. So he is now out. Can he qualify in a backup car? No, he will not qualify in a backup car. They will spend the rest of the day getting the car ready for race tomorrow. He'll start in the rear of the field, so not too good for Rowdy to start the weekend. So no baseball game for CeeLo. Nope, not going to it, but we're going to do the game here on the Strict channel instead. So we'll have a good time. I'm actually kind of glad I'm not going because it was going to be a long day. I'd have to drive back. So I was not really, I mean, I was looking forward to going, but as another part, I was dreading it too as well. So, but I wanted to go just to say I was there. So, he did lose his points for the playoffs, so he doesn't win before, then he'll start the playoffs with no extra points. He won't, even if he wins or get any points, he will not get any points. He is in the playoffs though. So how far is the drive? 2 hours? No, it's like 3.5. 3 hours, 3.5 hours or so. If you're taking your time, 4. But yeah.
And nature out there.
I believe Menominee Falls is not too far away. We've also got, if you go to Ithaca, little.
All right, now all overloaded here.
You got a lot of beautiful little villages right there.
Not all of them yet.
Dertime.com to get your tickets. Of course, if you can't make it to the racetrack, you can hear it here on the Motor Racing Network. From Iowa Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
All right, just waiting here. Like I said, the race today is at 3:30 Central. We'll be on at 3 o'clock for pre-race ceremonies. Stewart had a successful surgery. Yes, he did. And he is now back in the United States out of Canada. So we'll see how that goes. So prayers to Stuart Friesen. Hello, race fans and CeeLo. Ricky coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Ricky. We appreciate you, buddy. I haven't had a chance to get you your button, the winners that I had last week. I was so busy this week. I hadn't got a chance to get out there and do that. But hopefully next week I will do that. All right.
Crew call.
Not yet. So just waiting on NASCAR to update this thing here. Got Christopher Bell, John Henry, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin. They haven't updated everybody yet. But Kyle Busch, as you see, he was running second fastest when he wrecked. Second fastest when he wrecked. But Stuart Friesen was lucky and needs money for medical bills. Yeah, so broken leg and a broken pelvis. Was in the ICU for a little while. Was really worried about him, but he is now out indefinitely out of that 52 truck for the rest of the season as well. So just someone said that Watkins Glen, Christopher Bell is going to be driving that 52. So that should be interesting to see. Expect Joey to be a little better. Bobby Allison died. Didn't he pass away already? I thought he was already passed away. Thought he already died. Bobby Allison. So yeah, he died in November 9th, 2024.
Is that good postman on the long run? Fast lap.
Chastain, let me see those ones.
And like truly commit on entry mainly. I'm lifting earlier than I could if I had more rear grip on.
Let me see those watermelons, Chastain.
Speedway. Our Busch-Light Chevy, like the old asphalt, has zero grip, and then you get to the corner and you finally get to the
basically Hill's going to be in the cellar regardless. Exactly, he's going to start dead last. Watermelons.
It's really, really close, and I've done that. I did it over 2 weeks ago, so yeah, not sure.
Yeah,
how much I should
not happy. I'm sure he's not happy. Yeah, Davey Allison died in the helicopter. I remember that day.
Make a little more rear grip on entry, but keep it turning in the center. I think that's where our long run speed came from.
All of your Trackhouse guys, you were all in Group 1. What do you do? Who do you watch? What types of thing do you look at here in Group 2 to see how this track is transitioning?
Yeah, definitely not the way we want it. We don't want to be setting ourselves in the metric, bad finishes, and then being in this first group. But we'll just have to look to our Chevy teammates. So the other key partner Chevy teams.
Seedless today.
We'll see what they feel, and our group can see their springs and shocks and all that, and we'll see if they're at least close to us. I have no idea. I don't even know what springs are in my car. I just tell them how it feels and work on being the best driver I can be. And if anybody on the other Chevy teams are close to us, we'll be able to
you know, apply something that now that we've laid down.
CeeLo, my driver can beat your favorite driver at harvesting corn.
That's Ross Chastain. Going to wait and watch and see what happens before his qualifying run here in just a little bit.
We'll have that coming up shortly from Iowa Speedway. This is
All right, so waiting on practice for Group 2, and we have not had any update yet on everybody yet. This Kyle Busch wreck has really kind of messed things up a little bit. Rowdy moving on to try for the pole. Nope, he is not. He will be in the back of the pack in a backup car. He will not qualify. So you see his name on there. He will not qualify for the race. He will be in a backup car. That team will work all day like they did on Denny Hamlin's car last week when Denny Hamlin wrecked in qualifying. So he will they'll get off the hauler and wrap it and all that stuff, and we'll see how it looks tomorrow, and he'll start dead last. Not good for another bad luck run for Kyle Busch. 102 likes, y'all. Thank you so much. Keep hitting that like button. See if we can get 150 on the likes. Thanks, Kyle. Mark says. So who do you think off the hand right now? Now you just see Tyler Reddick and Ross Chastain. You see the lineup. Off the top of your head, who do you think is going to get the pole for this race? Who do you think is going to get the pole for this race? Tyler Reddick's by dark horse. I just have a feeling. About Tyler Reddick, but we'll see what Ryan Blaney can do when he gets out there. Of course, Ryan Blaney dominated this race last year. I added some more. Got Ryan there. See if I can refresh here. See if this works. Nope. Same kind. Same guys in there. All right. But we're in practice. Joey Gase. Let's go, Joey. Hippie Joe says, let's go, Joey, in that 22. Bubba with a big win last week. Winfrow's getting Byron. Dislikes got Chase Briscoe. He's always good for it. Blaney for Ethan. Denny Hamlin fight with Joey Logano. We'll see, Dev. Byron for Bogan World. Blaney for Phila. Pastrami on rye and onion rings. There you go. Foyt. Anybody else? Any other picks? Blaney or Larson for Phila. Dev's got the 88s, and here goes Group 2 practice. Group 2 practice, as we're going to have all of them on the track here very shortly.
So we all have to think about it. So, Jason Toy, what you got?
Go Chase, Ann says.
Fastest in that single lap run speed out there as he talks to his crew here for a second. And all right, you had the fastest on single lap run. How about the long run? As you guys get
Here's our Group 2 drivers.
It's dialed in, that's for sure. Yeah, it's a bit of a handful. You saw that, like with the 8. A couple guys getting out of shape, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with our McDonald's Toyota Camry. I knew we were really good here a year ago. We just kind of got off track going into the race with tire durability concerns. But yeah, the car was amazing there. We were able to make some adjustments on it to see that could help us going into practice, and overall,
Got a yummy lunch.
Tyler Reddick getting back at it here.
We'll take the golden cornstalk. Some guy by the name of John. I think his last name is Deere.
23.571 second lap.
John Deere Green.
0.639 miles per hour. That is the mark that everyone is shooting for. And this group that has just popped onto the racetrack, we're starting to see some drivers begin to bubble up the leaderboard. Of those that have just entered the racetrack,
Willie B there in 6th. He's the fastest in Group 2 right now.
You got the Spire Motorsports Chevrolets that have just cracked the top 20. But as these laps begin to
There's Austin Cindric now. Remember, Blaney ran here well last year, and he's now in P2.
William Byron has gone to 7th.
Kyle Busch is not on the track. I don't know why they still have him in green.
Blaney now in the 11th spot. Todd, as you watch these opening laps for Group 2 cars, anything jumping out at you here?
Yeah, the fact that we've got a Ford in Austin Cindric at P2 right now. We
Bob's
talked about how
Discount Furniture.
The notes out of the first
Denny Hamlin's new sponsor
for Team Penske. Ryan Blaney joining him up there, P3 at this point. So finding some speed figuring out what they needed out of their teammates.
So we talked about Reddick at a 23.571. Cindric and Blaney, 23, 623, and 652, and that was in the 4th and 5th laps. It took Tyler Reddick longer than that to turn in that fast lap. I would say that these Group 2 cars are immediately at it and off to a great start.
And they should be, because the racetrack's been conditioned by the Group 1 cars. It's always, you hear these drivers always talk about the metric. And
Really
what
beat for the
separates
pole, Charles says.
Guys that are in Group 1,
Look at Larson.
they're in worse points positions.
My pick and my dark horse, 1 and 2, Brawny. My pick and dark horse, 1 and 2.
Realistic to what the race is, and these guys are using it up, using the notes that they got from their teammates in the first session.
Another Ford has gone to the top 10. Brad Keselowski now is up to the 9th spot. Now what's interesting, with every car getting laps in, the only Toyota in the top 10 is the driver who was the fastest. I say was because Tyler
Well, a local grocery store? No, not really that I can think of one.
He did it on his 7th lap.
Not really any local ones, no. They're all commercialized.
Miles per hour, but given the prowess of Hendrick Motorsports, given the prowess of
21 minutes here in practice here.
That he's turned in some quick speed here in this practice session.
Not at all, as this Group 2 bunch has really begun to take over the top 10 in single lap speeds. Larson is the quickest. Tyler Reddick is second fastest. Reddick, out of Group 1, is the only Group 1 competitor still left currently inside the top 10.
And there it is, new Christopher Bell now. Christopher Bell, Big Wade, on the top of the leaderboard. Bubba Wallace now, continuing his momentum.
We've seen that with some drivers.
Bell, Wallace, Larson, Reddick.
Sliding and washing up the racetrack. They've been able to hang on to those race cars, but that was a close moment there for Kyle Larson, who immediately brings that HendrickCars.com Chevrolet back to the bottom of the racetrack after setting the fastest lap.
He'll get right back down there as the leaderboard shuffles up a little more. Christopher Bell has gone to the top of the leaderboard.
Christopher Bell.
Brickyard 400 champion now. Bubba Wallace is up to second quick. And momentum is certainly on that team's side. You got to think after breaking through, not only with a win in the NASCAR Cup
Bubbles
Series, Mike,
blows.
but a
He's not on the bubble anymore. Bubbles is not on the bubble.
Couldn't get here quick enough.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin, or I'm sorry, Bubba Wallace did a great job last
Sub,
week.
sub, sub. At that sub up there. 34,119. Big Wade says C Bell gets the pole.
All about trying to get things buttoned up. They got a month to do it because they want to come into the playoffs strong. They don't want to come into the playoffs in a lackluster posture, if you were.
NASCAR, the new WWE.
It's all about Joe Gibbs Racing.
Speaking of WWE, SummerSlam tonight too, man. There's so much going on.
He is up to 8th quickest on the leaderboard. Just
so much going on tonight.
The racetrack. He's just gotten by Kyle Larson.
Crazy stuff.
The pass on Alex Bowman.
Yeah, as they continue to work their way around the racetrack, Ryan Blaney won this race a year ago in the inaugural NASCAR Cup Series race here in the Iowa Corn 350.
Gator has hard on Bowman. Yeah, he does. Gator is upset.
What they're saying, that's at all. And I was kind of surprised because I was listening to the radio and not much was said. You guys were.
Is this qualifying or product? This is qualifying, Ethan. No, this is practice. Sorry, practice, Ethan. Practice. I'm talking about practice. Gator's just a true fan. What's up, C Low Rider? What's up, Lou Man? What's up, dude? Let's go, Junior, with another 101. Let's go, Gregory. Let's go.
You got to rely on driver comfort, and Ryan Blaney felt like he was putting himself in a dangerous spot, and he has brought it down for an adjustment.
There's something wrong with Bowman.
I watched this as we were out there. Ryan Blaney was leading Austin Cindric, his teammate. As they were
Bowman's 7th fastest, at least.
Austin Cindric was really
7th fastest right here.
A racetrack on him on corner entry. Really looked like Ryan was having to back his entries up and be a little cautious there.
Fastest car, Christopher Bell had a big moment off turn 4. Bell is now well off the pace on the back straightaway. You know what's interesting is some of these teams went out, ran a handful of laps, and went straight back to the pit lane. One of them being Chase Briscoe, Mr. Qualifying here in 2025.
Mr. Qualifying, you're right.
23rd on the leaderboard, only ran 8 laps, and he took his car straight back to pit lane. He's been there for the better part of the last 3 to 4 minutes.
So while Chase Briscoe is his hood's up on the pit lane, we talked about Christopher Bell.
Loves him and hates him. Loves him when he wins, hates him when he doesn't. I got my green Sundrop Dale Jr. 8 uniform shirt on with a white Bud hat. There you go, man. Good to hear, Alex.
adjustment for him. Try to tighten him up just a little bit. Don't want to change too much because they have a very fast Toyota right now, but they want to get back
Casey Atwood, I'm just saying, Gregory says.
Same situation.
17 minutes left here in practice.
William Byron, even though he is third on the single lap speed charts, Todd Gordon, that doesn't necessarily tell the whole story on that team.
P1 on 5 lap, 10 lap, and 15 lap average as he's going along, really putting it out there. A lot of consistent pace out of William Byron this 2014.
Right now, William Byron comes across the start-finish line, and William Byron will complete his 12th lap of this practice session. Again, if you're just joining us, Christopher Bell is fastest, Bubba Wallace is second, Byron third, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick running out the top 5. The top 4 are all from this group. Tyler Reddick's fast lap was from group number 1. You got Chase Elliott 6th, Alex Bowman in 7th, Denny Hamlin in 8th, Austin Cindric 9th, and Brad Keselowski. A lot of speed.
Bad Brad.
Ford Mustang. He is posted in the 10th position.
Chase Elliott is one
Bad
I've looked at.
Brad.
He's second quick on the 15 consecutive lap average, even though he's top 10, back half top 10, I should say, on single lap speeds, Todd.
And to me, I just looked at it. Chase Elliott, 20th lap, a 23.67. That's within a tenth of his fastest lap. Actually was only
too bad Bad Brad didn't win that race in Atlanta. He was looking pretty good.
Actually really good putting long run speed together.
So on the racetrack right now, we've got 15 minutes and 38 seconds remaining. We're watching Chase Elliott come off the end of the back straightaway.
I don't know where she's at.
Second lane off the corner. William Byron going just a tad.
Should be here eventually.
And it would seem like that's where the speed is. Everybody's migrated to the second lane up from the bottom of the racetrack. And right now, everybody's just trying to get all the speed that they can, because at the end of this practice session, we're going to qualify. And when we do, everybody will get 2 laps.
110. How's it, Barry, looking? Josh Berry. Let's see where Shark Blood is.
I think it's going to be very entertaining and quite interesting, because so many drivers are talking about
32nd fastest for Josh Berry, Shark Blood.
Race cars, and it doesn't matter which manufacturer it has been.
Shark Blood right here.
A lot of drivers mentioning that.
32nd fastest for Shark Blood. He's running a 23.868
there on the race course.
Yeah, and you don't want to do as what Todd mentioned as jumping the cushion or putting the car in a precarious position, Steve Post.
Exactly, and you just
I remember his Buckshot Jones racing. He got that name from pitching baseball, actually, but one time he did drive a 00 car. Called him the 00 double oust Buckshot. Interesting.
The minute he touches the brake, the rear wheels start almost chattering.
See, I'm just saying you can't compare Zeal to Gordon at this point. Oh, Zilich. Are you saying Zilich to Gordon at this point of his career? Am I correct? Yeah, for sure.
One lap you step over the edge of it. One lap if you're running the second group,
he's sandbagging.
So it is really a tightrope that they're walking, and Ryan Preece and Derek Finley made the decision to bring the car
Bob's
down.
Discount Furniture. Ooh, Denny!
Making an air pressure adjustment on the tires as well to go out and see
you about hit the wall.
Just a little bit more stability.
Denny about hit the wall.
Practice continues to roll on here as we get set for the Iowa Corn 350 powered by ethanol. Practice and pole qualifying from Iowa Speedway is stuck in slow motion. Unleash the NASCAR fire inside your engine.
Denny almost hit the wall. He got loose in that upper groove.
E3 gives you maximum
Ooh, he saved that sucker.
miles on the road and less time at the pump. E3
bobbling down the road.
Speed domination. Get yours today from Iowa Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network.
At least he didn't hit it at full throttle. He almost touched it, but wow, that was a close one. Be like last week all over again. None of these drivers compared to the old drivers. The old drivers were definitely a different breed, Chris B says. Yeah, well, technology has changed as well. They do a lot of their stuff for them now. So 111 likes. Keep hitting the likes. Subscribe. We're one away from 24,120. Keep on doing that for us as well. Did I say that out loud, Miss Tom said? Miss Tom said, like and sub. Like and sub. Oh, Cole. I see. Miss Tom, I see what you said. Whoa. Wow. Is there any stats on 5, 10, and... Yeah, we can do that. Let's do it. Let's do it really quick. Lap averages here. let's take a look at the lap averages. Or remind me to reset the ticker here after we do this here. All right, let me put it right there. All right, so this is overall, Bad Brad overall right now. Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace. And here's your 5-lap average. Willie B, Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell. There's your 5-lap average. Here's your 10-lap average. Willie B, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott. Here's your 15-lap average. Willie B, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin. So Willie B looks like he's got it together right here. Denny back in the pits after almost hitting the wall. Chase Elliott, Willie B, Denny Hamlin. Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Bubba Wallace. That's the 25th fastest. This was the 20th. I didn't renounce that. Chase Elliott, Willie B, Denny Hamlin. There's your 25th, and here's your 30-lap average. Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Bubba Wallace. So Chase looks like he's got the better car here on long runs. Look for Chase to be pretty good in these long runs. And then you got Willie B, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Willie B, Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell, and overall Brad Keselowski. So there is your lap averages for this practice so far. So let me go back to practice. Let me refresh. All right, so there is your lap averages. Looks like Chase Elliott is going to be good on a long run. So might need him to do something there. They repaved parts of Iowa Speedway last year, Charles said. The lap times are very tight. Yes, they are, Keith. All he needs to repave all over this racetrack. Charles said they did repave some of the stuff, but not all of it. Penske got some work to do on the 12 car. They want to repeat and currently heading to Iowa for the race. Also, Jamie, enjoy. Hope you have a good time. Make sure you check in tomorrow at the race and tell us where you're sitting and how it looks out there. We'd love for you to be our race reporter for On the Go at CeeLo.
More sweeping. And your center
Bill not sniffing the top 10 on lap times. No, he's not.
So aerodynamics have a bigger impact.
He did take a hard hit, Lord Withrow.
It's just
over-adjusted in the turn. Russell, what's up, man? Good to see you.
That means you have to slow down more. It's more brake into the corner. It's more kind of pivoting in the center of the corner and then driving off. Where the radius being a little more opened up here, you can roll more momentum through.
What's up, guys?
Aerodynamics play a bigger deal. So
Bubba began racing for Petty. Yes, he did. He drove the STP 43.
When I'm thinking about hearing soft pedals, having cooling to the brakes, that's something that gives up a little aerodynamics, but you've got to find that balance of having enough cooling to keep them firm with the pedal.
You carry so much speed down these straightaways, and then you got to get on those brakes, Mike, to get in the corners. Your car can just overshoot it sometimes. Sometimes you're a little late getting on the brake, and I think that's what we've seen with a handful of these drivers.
Most recently, Kyle Larson a moment ago.
Now 9 minutes left here. 3 more Saturdays till college football. Crazy.
A full head of steam, but you're also still trying to learn your balance of the race car and learn how the tires are going to interact. Steve Post.
Exactly, and it's a real Rubik's Cube they're putting together here.
Everybody getting loose high in the turns in turn 4. What's going on there? Everybody.
Because they made one small adjustment, and the car, he said, just entering the corner.
Christopher Bell so far still the leader.
Flattens out. Well, the problem is, or where this is putting together is, right now the groove.
Thank you. I went last year. It was my first ever race live, and I'm a Blaney fan. Oh, yeah, he won too, right? Nice. No grip in 3 and 4 and in turn 1. Yeah, it's hard.
Right on that cushion or on that outside layer, but boy, if you get 6 inches or a foot wider, you are hanging out.
Larson's got 7 wins at Richmond. That's crazy.
Just lose the full handle on the race.
We're getting loose in the chat. Yeah, we are. Gold Trickle. Where's Priest?
To be able to be right in the right spot on the outside of that new patch of asphalt in the corners.
He's 29th fastest.
You're along for the ride. It's faster.
29th fastest here.
As they try to find that edge and try to find that perfect balance on each of these race cars.
And for those of you listening, when you look at the corners here, think about the radius part of the corners. There's 4.
About 7 minutes left in practice here.
The bottom 2 got repaved last year, so there's grip there. The problem is the preferred groove right now is on that second
Was
groove
it
up.
Texas
So
with the
you're right
big
up there on
bump
the edge of that.
out of
If
the
you overshoot
47?
that, you're
Hope
gonna end
they
up on the
fix
old
that.
asphalt. There's a lot
It
less
was
grip there,
dangerous.
and you have to make the turn into the corner.
It was
on the
Pocono, wasn't
old
it?
asphalt. So
Everybody was
it's like
upset
you're
about
holding
the
your
Pocono
breath,
bump.
getting to that, hoping when you get to that newer asphalt, it kind of grips up and brings
Briscoe
your balance
third
back to you.
fastest
Which
now.
presents a set of challenges into itself, because a lot of people wondered, why did they only pave just the lower 2 lanes and only in the corners? Well, we're seeing now it's presenting all kinds of challenges, and it's unique.
We love it when they
Yes,
have
he was in the
challenges. We
chat
should make
earlier,
these
Danny.
cars easy
Yeah, he'll
for
be
these
back for the
drivers to
Xfinity
drive.
race.
We want them to be challenged. We want to see them make mistakes. So as we're going along, they're really having to figure out the balance. If you made the car tight
I figured
enough
he
to
would be
secure
better. He
entry,
was an
it's not gonna
Xfinity win
carry the
here.
speed through the middle of the corner because it's
And
gonna be
he's
too
on the
tight
playoff
to really
bubble.
rotate the
He's
corner.
just
So
below the
it's
cut
a
line,
give and
so
take here,
he
and we get to see the
definitely
drivers
wants to
kinda
be
overcome the
better
challenges.
here this
To your
week.
point, just watching Denny Hamlin work his way around the racetrack. Came off turn 4 a moment ago, and he's wearing white gloves, and you're seeing those hands back and forth, back and forth. Right now, Denny on the leaderboard is 10th. But when he goes off into the corner, it looks like the car takes a good set, and then all of a sudden, that's when the sawing back and forth of the steering wheel is taking
Oh,
place.
wow, look at that.
It is just a unique racetrack. Of course, this track was designed by NASCAR Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace. And
There you go,
one of the
Rusty
other
Wallace.
things that's really unique to this racetrack, unlike any other track we race at, yes, it has a safer barrier all the way around the outside of it. But what's different compared to any other oval track, every other oval track has a concrete wall and then the safer barrier on the inside of it. Here at Iowa Speedway, there is no concrete wall. It's just safer barrier. That's the only retaining wall that we have.
Yeah, if you look at it, all the other racetracks that had concrete walls, they got retrofitted. So
You have
the
a
safer
Rusty
barrier
Wallace
got
tee?
attached to the concrete wall. Here they built the racetrack with a safer barrier in mind. There are steel reinforcements behind all of the foam triangles that support the steel outer
Justin
wall.
Haley,
And that
currently
way they didn't
12th.
have to put the concrete back behind it. It is a different visual look, but it accomplishes the same thing.
Right now on the racetrack, Christopher Bell is the fastest driver of them all. 23.
Every time I saw Rusty was at Iowa in 2006, Cole says.
980 miles an hour. And Christopher Bell made some news about an hour ago. In case you missed it earlier this week, Stuart Friesen had a hard crash in Canada in his dirt super modified car. He basically cartwheeled, went end over end, had a compound fracture of his right leg, and broke his pelvis in 3 places. He's been transported back to the States. He has had the surgeries that he has needed to have. He's much comfortable. Matter of fact, he sent a tweet out earlier this morning, but he has got a long road to recovery, which he was qualified for the playoffs by winning at Michigan.
Yeah, because he won
The question
Michigan.
is, who's going to drive that truck going forward? Christopher Bell will drive Stuart Friesen's truck this coming weekend at Watkins Glen, or next weekend at Watkins Glen, with future races to be named later, or drivers to be named later for those races. But C. Bell going to be
Used to be a diehard Rusty Wallace fan. He used to go to his fan club at Charlotte every year. What happened, Derek?
Going to apply for a waiver.
Well,
We
he
don't
retired, but
anticipate he's
do
gonna
you
be able
not
to
like
come
him
back and
anymore?
try.
The way you said that,
However,
it sounds like you don't
talking
like him
with some of
anymore.
The NASCAR officials earlier today,
I guess
he still has
he's
to
not
apply
racing
for a
anymore, so I
waiver
understand.
or withdraw. Until any of that happens,
I was
he
at
is
Martinsville
still
when
currently
Rusty
a
won his
playoff
last
driver in
race
the
in
NASCAR
2004.
Craftsman Truck
Nice.
Series. Now they are going to continue to run that truck because with that win, that
27
truck is
Kodiak
in the
car,
owners'
Cole Trickle.
championship battle, and that means
You
there's
saw
a
him win
lot
at
of
The
money
Rock.
on the line at season's end. So yeah, so for next week at least, Christopher Bell will be behind the wheel, that Hallmark Friesen entry.
Right now, we have 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in Group 2 practice for the Iowa Corn.
And Joyce has got a bunch of stuff she's going to send to me, and we're going to give some of it away. She's got so much NASCAR stuff she's going to be sending to me, and I'll definitely take care of it.
Speed, you got Tyler Reddick,
Went on a
Alex
Rusty
Bowman
Wallace
seventh, Brad
sponsored
Keselowski
by
eighth,
Miller
Chase
Lite.
Elliott
Oh
ninth,
boy.
and Denny Hamlin rounds out the top 10. Now, Chase Elliott just came to pit lane. He has run the most laps of anybody today in practice. He ran 51 consecutive
It's not like
laps,
Harrison Burton,
trying to
who
get a
ran 80
good
though.
idea and a good handling on that Chevrolet. Getting ready as we have qualifying coming up next.
And we interviewed him earlier in the show.
3 minutes left here, and then we got qualifying.
Qualify well, put ourselves in position. Looks like they've got great pace. He and Alan Gustafson in that 9 car here.
Chase Elliott, the points leader, coming in, a part of a storyline that only 4 drivers are in, and that's the regular season championship. 4 races to go, 4 drivers separated by 20 points. 3/4 of the Hendrick drivers are in that conversation, and they, of course, are Chase, William Byron, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, the 4th, that are separated by 20 points with 4 races to go in the regular season. Of course, the big thing right
Back
there,
in your drinking
you get the
days.
accolade of winning the regular season championship, but if you do win it, you get an extra 15 playoff point bonus by winning it.
Playoffs.
And the separation from first to second is a full 5 bonus points. It goes 15, 10, 8, and then single digits beyond that. In the points positions, that's like winning a race over finishing second. It's like winning 3 races over not making the top 10. So
Hocevar going back out there too.
All in pursuit of. Denny Hamlin 20 points behind it after missing.
It flew over your house. That's awesome, Lou.
Impressive the run that he and Chris Gale have been on.
It really has been, as they've been able to
got
really
lots of old Dale
well
Senior rag
tees.
tees.
You know, Mike, we had a chance to spend quite a bit of time this morning with Kyle Larson's crew chief, Cliff Daniels.
What's up, Green Bay Packers? Good to see you, man.
You guys are racing your own teammates for those bonus
Go Braves.
points to be regular season champion. What's the dynamic like with that race team? And Cliff gave some very poignant answers.
He did. The biggest takeaway from that, we also talked to Rudy Fugel, William Byron's crew chief. They've not been.
I was a Rusty Wallace fan in the ASA days.
Do your thing. There's none of this. Now you've got to take care of this one, or you got to lay back for that one. The marching orders is go lead laps, go win races, and the rest will take care of itself.
Yeah, so yes, they are still sharing information. They're still doing all the things that a 4-car team does.
Eric says when me and when he retired, me and Dad went to Darlington Xfinity race for Denny's first race that started pulling for him because followed all the Joe Gibbs drivers. Understandable, Derek.
So it is going to be fun to watch the battle for the
Same as well for me. I went from Sterling Marlin to Denny Hamlin. Should be fun. We'll see how it looks, Green Bay Packers. I don't know if we'll do 3D or not. We'll see what happens. I'd love to see it in 3D, though. That would be pretty cool. Your dark horse is Connor Day? Okay. Corey Day? Is it Corey Day, right? Corey Day. It's about 30 seconds left here in practice.
Playoff run, or as much of a flawless playoff run as possible.
Practice is officially over for the Iowa Corn 350, powered by ethanol. Christopher Bell ends up with the fastest single lap speed. William Byron had the fastest consecutive lap average. His car was solid over the longer green flag run. Qualifying will be coming up, and we'll do that.
Chase and Willie B. So the Hendrick cars look pretty good for their long runs. So make sure you guys are hitting that like for us. We're trying to get to 150 on the likes. And subscribe to the channel. We're 1 away from 34,120. And we're going to have qualifying for the NASCAR Cup Series up here next for the Iowa Corn 350, which should be a good time. 29 days, CeeLo. Good Lord willing, I'll be at Darlington. Ricky, we'll be on. We'll be live here. You'll be our in-race reporter in the stands, Ricky. Well, hopefully you get a signal that you can talk to us a little bit while you're in the stands. But looks like fun. I'd always wanted to go to Darlington. One day we'll make it to Darlington. So, but qualifying coming up here next. I want to take a look one more time at the lap averages. One more time. Let's do that. Lap averages really quick. Let's see here. So it's just bad bread overall. 5-lap average, Willie B. 10-lap average, Willie B. 15-lap average, Willie B. 20-lap average, Chase Elliott. Here's where Chase gets the long run here. So tomorrow, if we have a long run, look for Chase to move on. He's got the stronger car. Looks like the Hendrick cars are looking good. My prediction for Larson looks pretty good too as well. You will love Darlington. I can't wait to go. I don't know when it'll be, but definitely for sure. So, all right. So we are now in qualifying for this group. Group A qualifying, or is everybody together? I can't remember. I think we're all together. Group A qualifying. Are we doing that all together thing again? I'll do it, CeeLo. Awesome, man. I hope you get signal. Are you camping out there too, or are you just driving there for the day? Yeah, love to go to Darlington. Never been. Our next race is going to be Bristol or Talladega. I can't remember which one it is. Talladega or Bristol. That's so far the plan. That's the plan, to be at Talladega, and then Bristol. But bring your fishing pole for the pond next to the track, Cole says. I heard you say that. And then also, Tom said something about a restaurant right next to Darlington that's really, really good too. So, all right, we're qualifying here. Qualified for the NASCAR Cup Series. For some reason, it's not refresh. Let me refresh. Oh, that's right, because you got to refresh. Refresh. CeeLo, you got to refresh qualifying.
We'll see. As he said, they've got a challenge here that they're going to have to work through. But with Ricky and Mike Kelly calling the shots, hopefully they can get this car tightened up and maybe get a good qualifying run in here momentarily.
Meanwhile, Jason Toy
Cody Ware
of the car that was fastest in practice.
Darlington has a nice NASCAR museum. Cool.
Right now in the 10-minute time period that they have, they can cool the car down. They're changing the tires right now.
34,120. Thank you guys for hitting that subscribe up there. We appreciate you guys. Welcome to the channel, y'all, whoever subscribed. Thank you for being here. Can't think of the name of the restaurant, but I know it's really good, Derek says.
Talking to it, listen to him on the radio, very happy with the balance of the race car. They like their short run speed.
Lots of history there, I guess.
Long run speed, and that's exactly what they're working with right now.
Every track should have a museum, you know?
Here, but also the crew that is back.
Did I shave? Yeah.
Charlotte and Concord area back in the office is
I
there
did.
to kind of help them out.
From the video, yes, I did.
On things to try to make this a faster Toyota. Again, this is the biggest thing they want. They want
Go Burtons, Craig says.
that they're trying to get here for this race.
I actually like Dennis's paint scheme this week. See, T-Van, this is where we differ. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, you definitely do. And
you won't find a Bob's Hatter shirt on me unless I get it for really cheap.
Pieces we've talked about, it brings some challenges to all these crews. They'll all be crunching.
So unless I get it for really cheap.
And then overnight for tomorrow's race.
From Iowa Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice.
All right, so let's see what happens here. We got Cody Ware, Joey Gase, Austin Dillon will be the first three qualifiers. And then you got Noah Gragson, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Eric Jones, Ross Chastain, Zane Smith, Ty Dillon, and Riley Herbst. There are your 10 cars. So we'll see how this is. This is on True TV for practice and qualifying. And then coming up tomorrow, it'll be on the USA Network, not NBC. And I guess we'll get Lee Diffie back, right? We'll get Lee Diffie back? Not too sure. But we thank for the ones that have joined us here today. We thank you for hitting a like for us. We thank you for subscribing if you're new. We welcome you here to the channel. If you want to become a member, 99 cents gets you access to the emojis that you've been seeing in our chat. Here are some of the ones. We have the 1, the 5, the 6, the 8, the 9, the 11, the 12, the 17, the 19, the 20, the 21, the 22, the 23, the 24, the 25, the 45, the 48, and the 54. Those are your emojis that you have access to for 99 cents. It is the rookie membership. It's the cheapest thing on YouTube. And then there's a pro membership that gets you early access to vlogs. We release a vlog every Friday. If we go on vacation videos, we release those as well as early. But you have access to those. That's on the pro membership. That's $1.99. And then $2.99 is the MVP membership. You get all the above, and it's a little extra cash to the channel. So we thank you so much. And I'd love to bring you some more live streams, members only live streams, MVP members live streams only. Just got to find the time to do it, because I do work a full-time gig and got other things going on. So we appreciate you being here. I think CeeLo can rock a beard. I do that in November. I try to do that in November, but we'll see. I like to see a little more of that orange on the side panel somewhere. Yeah, I agree. We're just an all orange car. You know, I'm a big UT fan, so I like orange. So
this racetrack, this tire, and everything is thrown you today.
We got a lot of challenges right now. I'm pretty sure we were maybe the slowest one in practice. So
Joey Mountain Billy. You see those 22s if you're about a Logano fan.
It's trying to pass me, so hopefully we can get to the other end of it here and at least
Joey.
Hopefully, and
no beard November.
but scratching our heads at the moment.
Well, that's exactly right. And
No
a
big
lot of
orange
head scratching
car. That's
going
right,
on here.
Braden.
That's Joey Logano. He'll be out in the Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang here in just a little bit.
The second to last car in practice from Iowa Speedway. This is the motor race.
All right, so just waiting on qualifying to start here. Who is feeling 22? That's right. See who gets the pole. All right, quick off the top of your head. Let me see in the chat. Who do you think is going to get the pole off the top of your head? I'm gonna go. I think Larson surprises everybody, and I'm gonna go Larson with the pole, even though he's my pick to win as well. I really think Hendrick looks pretty good here. I'm very shocked about the Fords not showing up here today like they did in last year. So let me ZZ Top. No, you'll never see me that mad, Steve. Braden's going Logano. He's dropping the 22s. Bronny's gonna go the 23. Phila's got Byron. Walter's got Logano. Changed my pick. Okay, gotcha. Shark Blood for Lou. The 9 for Billy Voles. 22. That Taylor Swift. That's right. T Van going Alex Bowman. All that talk about Bowman in the chat. Craig, this is not the 27th. That's Burton. Moses Beard. No. Bogan's going the 24 for Willie B for the pole. So lots of Hendricks, some Bubba, some Logano, some Chase. Anybody else? Anybody else with your predictions here? Anybody else on the predictions? Your predictions for the pole. Butterfly's going the 7. I don't think we have a 7. This is the Cup Series. Oh, Chase. 9, you mean 9. Okay. Natman's going Chase as well. Mopping the floor. Anyone missing me? Bell for the pole for Ricky. Blaney for Jamie. Danny's got Bowman. Kyle Busch, he will not be on the pole. He will be starting dead last. Mad Steve, if you're just joining us, he wrecked in practice. He will be going to a backup car. It's going to be Briscoe again, baby. Yeah, Kentucky Fried. He's pretty good at these poles. He knows how to do that. The Melon Man, Mark says. Okay. What's up, Liam? Good to see you. Liam's going Hocevar. Besides you. Dark Horse to 25. Okay, we'll save those for the race. This is the Xfinity series, Craig. But definitely save those. I saw the 7 next to his name. I don't think we have a 7. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we do. Duh. It's Haley. Justin Haley. I'm sorry. My bad. Justin Haley. That Haley drives a 7. Duh, CeeLo. Yes, you're right. Okay, Justin Haley for Butterfly. Gary's got Chase Elliott. Justin Haley. Duh, CeeLo. All right. Dang. Let's go. Here we go. Cody Ware's on the pole, y'all.
The transition here to the States.
Cody Ware's on the pole in that gold car. Love it. Gold wheels, everything. Gold everything. Bowman, Shark Blood, Raymond.
And admittedly, the oval track portion is the weak link.
Do you think we'll get another one in Briscoe? We'll see, Jamie.
What he did the other night in the summer shootout, and also what he's doing now, just clicking off these oval starts, that's playing into his wheelhouse. He's starting to develop that skill set, and I'm sure he'll ace that too.
Yeah, I think that is a fair assessment. Qualifying is underway. Cody Ware, the first
old timer setting in there, CeeLo. Yes. Yes.
It was the faster of the two.
You're right. You are correct.
We check in with Jason Toy.
Austin Cindric down here in the 40. Had a fast forward and early on in that practice here early on for.
Well, I'll be mowing the golden corn stalks pole down with John Deere sponsorship. Awesome, Cole. Have fun.
How important is that for you for tomorrow?
Yeah, there's really not a ton of tire fall off at the moment, so I think it's a lot more about understanding where the track's at and what my priorities are. And the track's changed so much year over year now, and kind of being able to run up.
He has. He's become the new Rocket Man. You're right.
One of those days you kind of just put the notebook aside and just start watching and listening and seeing what's happening, and that'll be important here for this qualifying session as well.
All right, when you're watching the driver in front of you and you're watching the seams, you always hear about going across seams. You're going from new asphalt to old asphalt. How significant of a change is that?
I think it's actually the entire.
You got me beat by lots of years.
Is the fact that I'm turning off the wall on old asphalt and trying to get to new asphalt as quickly as possible. So it's a tricky place and a lot of effort. But no, like I said, I think our Menards Ideal Garage Door Ford Mustang's pretty decent. Just got to go lay down on a good lap.
All right, there you go, Austin Cindric. He'll qualify here on the back end of qualifying today.
We'll find out how it comes out. Austin Cindric represented the Ford camp when they did the tire test here at Iowa Speedway earlier this year. And, you know, Todd, we keep hearing, and Mike too, we keep hearing these drivers talk about we're not getting any tire fall off here. And this is a different tire compound.
Cody Ware, Joey Gase in that 66.
Goodyear's in a tough spot. Yes, you want to.
And I'm about 30 seconds behind on YouTube TV, FYI.
Tires to everybody who owns a car on every street in America. So you don't want tires to come out here and fail early on and wear out, but you also got to have that fine balance of trying to put on good racing.
71 will be on the 16th.
Short track and road course program.
Austin Dillon going to be on the pole.
It's been a challenge because Goodyear's built such a good piece. When we added 2 inches to the
so far, 23.271.
Easier for these teams to be consistent, as Austin Cindric talked about tire fall off. When we talk about tire fall off, the fact that the tire maintains its
look at Austin Dillon. He was fast in practice in Group 1 and looks good right now.
Consistent, that there's that amount of potential left in the tire lap after lap. Goodyear's been working on this, and that's something that they've gone to work on. NASCAR took aerodynamic
get rid of my
away.
practice.
They tried to make this program better with the short tracks. They finally put it in Goodyear's hands. Goodyear has brought softer tires to a lot of these racetracks, and that's led them to kind of overworking the tire compound and actually making it have some give up and chase some racing a little bit better. Goodyear's done a good job of it, but it's a tough box for them to work on, as you talked about. A compromise.
There's Graxon with a 23.554.
That puts on better racing.
Austin Dillon,
you know that Bell's going to get the pole. We'll see.
With a 23.271 lap. That's 135.362 miles per hour. Noah Gragson just completed his second lap. His second lap and is second on the leaderboard, followed by Cody Ware and Joey Gase. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is on the racetrack right now. That bright orange and blue colored NOS Energy Chevrolet exits turn 2. He's on the green flag right now. After Ricky, you have Eric Jones, Ross Chastain, Zane Smith, Ty Dillon, and Riley Herbst to go out for their effort.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr., we heard from him a little earlier in practice. He is, like everybody else, battling a loose race car here today. Lap number 1 is complete for Stenhouse. He'll go 4th out of the 5 drivers that have taken
that
time.
CeeLo for no spoilers.
Here on lap number 2.
No, he's exiting turn 2 right now. Lap 1 is in the books. Let's see what lap 2 has in store. Here's Ricky. He'll glide off the end of the back straightaway.
Recky.
Car swing a bit wide.
Recky plus 20,000 today. 20,000 for him to win tomorrow.
He will improve. He'll
put some cash down on old Recky
right now, right behind Austin Dillon, who continues to be the fastest. Still a beautiful
P2 for Recky
here in central Iowa, Newton, Iowa, to be exact, east of downtown Des Moines, as we work the NASCAR Cup Series qualifying on the Speedway now, working.
We saw Recky on the outside pole.
Legacy Motor Club taking strides forward here in 2025. Eric Jones and obviously teammate John Hunter Nemechek at the controls of those Legacy Motor Club Toyotas. White flag is in the air for Eric Jones.
Eric Jones, second
Eric
fastest.
Jones now.
Number 1.
Look at that.
Get a little more out of the race.
23.398 for Eric Jones.
He's going to have to pick up a good 1/10 of a second if he wants to have any shot of knocking Austin Dillon off the top of the leaderboard.
Off turn 4, Eric Jones swinging that car wide, trying to angle up and get a good run to the start-finish line. Checker flag in the air. Will not improve. He'll stay second on the leaderboard. That
Eric Jones.
23.365.
Graxon has been disappointing this season, T-Van says.
Mile-per-hour lap.
Of course, they're
Bell all the way, Big Wade says.
Position they're going to have in tomorrow's Iowa Corn 350, but Todd Gordon, also based off of how you qualify, is the order in which you pick your pit box. And this is a unique pit lane here at Iowa Speedway.
Yeah, definitely. With it wrapping around turn 1, there's boxes around the corner. There's openings where you get into the garage areas. Here between 23, 24, between 14 and 15. You know, you look for those opportunities to have a pit stall that you can get out of without traffic being in your way. Qualifying, the opportunity to pick the pole sitter will pick first. He'll pick pit stall 1.
There's Ross Chastain.
Second, you have that opportunity to put yourself in a better place to fight from tomorrow on pit road.
23.8, 23.40.
Drivers, let's see what he does now. The checkered flag is flying for the native of IOWA, Florida.
Third quick now for Ross Chastain of the 7 drivers that have taken time.
Chastain.
Based off of what we saw in practice, his car was fairly consistent, albeit out of Group 1. And I say that because that is a bit of a detriment from what we've seen. If you were in group number 1 in practice today, the racetrack just wasn't primed as they
right.
say.
Definitely needed at the Brickyard last week.
And really, Phil Surgeon and Ross they've had great race pace. Their ability to qualify, that's been something they've talked about having to work on, that they were qualifying in the 30s. They thought they were making gains when they were qualifying in the 20s. This is part of their project that they've got to work on, making their program better on Saturday so they can put themselves in a better position to execute on Sunday.
Zane Smith on the racetrack right now. Zane driving for Front Row Motorsports.
34,125. Here's Zane Smith.
Zane now taking that purple, green, and black Ford Mustang to the bottom of the racetrack out of turn number 4.
Here's Zane
Look at that, P2.
Flag is out. Zane
Front Row Motorsports.
Second position. Good lap
23.33.
Brickyard 400 winner, Bubba Wallace.
That does have a pretty good ring to it. Alex Hayden just said, let's hear from the Brickyard 400 winner, Bubba Wallace.
You go, Miss Tom.
That sounds really good. You know, it's cool to see the win sticker on the car. You know, we can come in
Bubbles
and really, you know, push myself to try to just drive harder, drive faster, but smarter at the same time. So it's just fun to have
almost 50%, almost there. Hit that like for us. Trying to get to 200 likes, 200.
It's nice showing up and having really fast cars, and that's what we have here today. So all true Toyota Camry is really good. I want it better. I want to be greedy and get it better, but it's good to be here in Iowa with some speed.
Prior to us talking, Dale Jarrett, Hall of Famer, just come over and shook your hand. What's this week been like with competitors and people reaching out to you? Yeah. The respect you have just seems to, I've noticed that. What's that been like on the receiving end of that?
Yeah, I noticed him being
I'll
like
take him, CeeLo. This Tom says.
That's cool to have that respect and that relationship with the guy.
Went by the Front Row Motorsports Garage. Old Cole took a tour of Charlotte. Mooresville, North Carolina, actually.
It's cool. It makes you, you know.
Derek, I've been to Martinsville, Bristol, Daytona, Talladega,
how's the car here now?
Atlanta, and Nashville.
Camry is solid. Looks really good. Appreciate those guys coming back on.
Yuck, Bubba, Gator says. Mooresville, North Carolina.
So I gotta live up to the hype.
I'm sure he will. He's Alex Hayden. He's the Brickyard 400 champion. That's Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, he is, and he does. He mentioned some of the big names on the car. Well, he's got NFL quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield. He's got the Baker Mayfield Foundation on the quarter panel of his race car here this weekend. So yeah, he's got a little extra pressure from his professional athlete peers as we work.
He was asking me what tracks I've been to.
Fastest. Zane Smith is second quick. Riley Herbst is now third. Eric Jones fourth, and Ross Chastain currently sits fifth. From IOWA Speedway, this is the Motor Racing.
All right, so we got some Riley Herbst on the track right now. Riley Herbst in P5. Looks like he's going to... Oh, yeah, I almost had it in the green there for a second. P5. He's going to be P3 for Riley Herbst. 23.363. And coming up next is Michael McDowell after Riley Herbst. Michael McDowell next after Riley Herbst. 98 degrees in Texas, Butterfly. It's a lot cooler here in Tennessee as well. But here's actually Daniel Suarez. Suarez, 23.651. 23.651 for Daniel Suarez. And he moves up to fifth now on his second lap, 23.396. 23.396 for Daniel Suarez in that number 99 Trackhouse Chevrolet. Waiting on Michael McDowell to go next. See what he can do. Then Logano, Custer.
Back at IOWA Speedway, Daniel Suarez has gotten his qualifying lap in. He'll go to the number 5 spot for the moment. Michael McDowell works the racetrack, takes the green flag as we check in with Jason Toy.
William Byron is down here.
Wow. Front row
watching Michael McDowell.
He knows, like, all he likes to do is those poles.
You guys went in that second group, had a little more rubber down there. You had
Michael McDowell.
10 lap and towards 15 laps. So
Look
obviously
at that.
run speeds there.
You met Bubba with the heart. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's news to me. I was just out there making laps. I felt like our car, you know, had a little bit of a brake problem the first run. Just didn't have the brake pedal feel I wanted. So we had to pivot to work on that. I think if we didn't have that, we probably would have just kept running because my car.
I'll laugh if SVG becomes the highest qualifying Trackhouse driver on the oval again. We'll see.
The track is just really tricky.
Look at that. Michael McDowell on the pole. 23.329. Look at this guy.
For a tough ride, but
Chevrolet.
Yeah, I think overall my car was pretty reasonable.
Dega, Bristol, Darlington, Richmond, Atlanta, Daytona, Martinsville, Nazareth, Pocono. I'd like to go to Pocono. North Wilkesboro, Rockingham, and Eldora. Wow, that's a lot.
This is why we have professional race car drivers to get a challenging track like this. It's going to make 350 laps here tomorrow. Very fun to watch.
Joey Logano is going to try to improve. He was next to last on practice leaderboard. Logano's lap number 1, Mike, was a good one.
And it put him second on the leaderboard. Can he improve it? Checkered flag waving.
He's quicker than McDowell's practice time. We'll see what Bell can do.
Michael McDowell is the #1 driver.
Logano now first lap at 23.417.
Austin Dillon, Zane Smith, Riley Herbst. They are the fastest 5 cars of the 13 that have taken time so far.
That'll bring us to the Ladera Ranch, California native, and Cole Custer in the Haas factory team entry as Cole works his way down the back straightaway. That red, black, silver Ford Mustang Dark Horse. Custer.
So Logano P2.
In the second lane through turns 3 and 4. Let's see what kind of speed Cole has on lap number 1.
Here comes the general off the corner to take the white flag, and he will go 7th of the 14.
23.369.
That have qualified, but that was only lap 1. Here comes lap 2. He's out of 2.
Five Lug Racing says Pocono's incredible. We covered that race this year. Incredible win by Briscoe.
Way right down at the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes
Big Denny, let him win.
Off of the corner. Custer will try to improve from
Get that extra car in the playoffs.
He'll jump up to the 4th position.
Let's hear from Denny Hamlin.
Cole Custer 4th.
On the side of his Toyota Camry here this weekend, and Denny Hamlin, he's got Bob's Discount Furniture and kind of a Miami Dolphin type color scheme on this race car, but he got a little scratch on it during practice out there. So how is this track, and how's the driver behind the wheel of that race car?
Yeah, it's cars somewhat close.
See those 11s.
Work, but I feel like we can get there, and certainly Key is going to have good track position. You got to do that today, so we're working on it, looking through all the data, seeing if we can't put ourselves somewhere in that top 10.
You talked about looking through the data. How nice is it to have all of this technology at your hands like this in the short amount of time between the practice and qualifying?
Yeah, it's good.
Been to Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, Texas, and Bristol.
Be able to understand what to look at.
Cool, Gary. Almost like me.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to look at.
I just see pretty colors, so that's pretty good, right?
Definitely.
There you go, Denny Hamlin with a smile on his face. He's watching those colors of the racetrack of the computer screens here, and when we talk about the colors, it's the Ghost Run cars. So basically, laying car over car over car and checking the
My dark horse, Tyler Reddick.
To try to determine how he's going to make his lap a little bit later on.
E5 so far.
Tyler Reddick getting his qualifying effort in. I don't think, Todd, that's exactly what they had in mind as they end up 5th right now out of the 15 drivers that have taken a lap.
Yeah, if you looked at it, we thought this was one of the best cars and one of the fastest cars.
Got a little wiggly there, too.
Group 1 session looked a little bit loose. That's something that you see like a lot of these cars do. Loose into turn 1's been taking some speedway.
Well, loose into turn 1 is a result of a huge bump that these drivers are driving over at one of the most critical portions. You're trying to get the car angled to go to the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, do it. The ones you haven't been to. The ones you have not been to, Cole.
And Alex, we see it from the tower, how that unsettles the car and gets that car a bit cattywampus going into the corner. These drivers have a handful under braking going into turn 1.
And the suspension is already rigid.
Josh Berry, Shark Blood. Let me see those 21s. Shark Blood.
Lap number 1 was a great one. He'll go to the top of the leaderboard.
Look at
Josh
that.
Berry and the Wood Brothers at the top of the board at Iowa Speedway. Lap number 2, not quite as good as his first effort, so he'll stand on lap number 1's time.
And A.J. Allmendinger is now on the racetrack. A.J. had a good practice.
Berry on the pole.
A.J. driving for Colleague Racing. He'll take his Chevrolet through turns 1 and 2. And we'll see if he can back up in practice.
What's up, Tiger? Good to see you. Tiger Stripes Media.
Solid
Good to see you.
for that team as he makes his way up off of turns 3 and
Go
4. Looks like
88.
we got a little cloud cover now. Most of the backstretch and all of turn number 3 and part of turn 4 now in the cloud cover. We'll find out if that will help with the grip level or not. As AJ Allmendinger
Bought a Speedway jersey. Nice.
Halfway down the back straightaway for AJ.
Wait till they go on sale because they got killed.
Weekend here at Iowa. He'll dial up the low lane coming out of turn number 4. He'll
See you, Nick.
wide.
Good see you back. Daniel's dropping those 5s.
AJ Allmendinger goes to the top of the
What?
leaderboard. 23.
Allmendinger?
4 seconds, 135.
What the heck?
928 miles per hour. While
When does
Allmendinger
slow
comes to
man
pit
go
road,
out?
Back down to pit road we
See.
go with Jason Toy.
Hey, he's throwing his sock hat on. He's getting ready to put the helmet on. You got fast time in practice.
It's a little bit longer here.
Seems
31st.
like the later we go in it, the faster these cars are getting.
Yeah, that's normal. The track conditions will get a little bit better. We've got the room Camry to do it. Super sketchy out there, and that's the way it should be. So we'll see what happens.
All right, he's looking
It's
forward to having
true,
a fun time
Nick,
on this racetrack.
Nicholas, for sure. I wish I was there, but I'm kind of mixed emotions about it now.
Fastest on his first lap as he exits 2 on his second lap. From Iowa Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
All right, we got SVG on the track. SVG 7th fastest for SVG. Bronny, you called this one. Look at SVG 7th fastest. He's getting these ovals, y'all. Ding a ding ding. Ding a ding ding. 23.308. He's faster than Tyler Reddick. Crazy stuff. SVG. 7th fastest for SVG. He was in the green, but I don't think it's going to last. 7th fastest for SVG. Man, oh man. He's going to qualify better than any of the Trackhouse cars. Could be the fastest Trackhouse car on an oval. That's ridiculous. 150 likes. Thanks, guys. Let's go to 200. 200 likes. Good job, SVG. Good job. What we got next? Got Rowdy's not going to qualify. You got Ty Gibbs, Justin Haley, Austin Cindric, Chase Briscoe, John Hunter Nemechek.
Will take time. One driver will not qualify, and that will be Kyle Busch. And that's because in practice today, Mike, Kyle Busch had himself a big crash.
He had a huge crash. Sent that car off into turn number 1. The car broke loose. He chased it, and then all of a sudden it snapped right.
That's more like it, man, Rod says.
The good news is for you Kyle Busch fans,
Cheering on his boy,
okay,
SVG.
went to the care center, got treated and released. But the team, Alex, immediately went to the hauler for car number 2 this weekend.
And that is a monumental task. And right now,
Look at Dinger, though. E1 so far. Who would have thought that?
Yeah, it does. It puts them in a piece where they're going to have to work pretty hard. But, you know, it's not something you can't overcome. I look back to the Coke 600. You know, Ross Chastain won.
Meanwhile, Cole is still typing in the races he hasn't been to yet.
Here, put him definitely behind the 8 ball.
Let's get the thoughts of the defending winner of the Iowa Corn 350, who's with Steve Post.
Ryan Blaney down here talking with.
You see those 12s, Blaney.
One of the longtime crew members and car chief on this car. Ryan, Christopher Bell just called it sketchy out there. What have you learned about this racetrack here in this practice session today?
I agree with said statement. Yeah, practice. You saw a lot of cars just out of control.
You might have a lot of wrecks today in the race.
You know, and just nothing to lean on. And then you don't have as much grip through the middle of the corner to save you like last year. So, yeah, it was definitely a sketchy practice, but fun, like trying to figure out what's the limit, what's my...
He's figured it out. You're right.
...that I can get, because you want to get as big arc as you can, but then you're asking more rear lateral out of the car. So it's like, where's that balance, and what can you do to change
Bob went through tech today.
You know, kind of combat that and make it the best you can. So, yeah, we'll see. I felt like I wasn't driving great in practice. I thought our pace was okay. I feel like everyone's going to say that. Their car
Sub.
It's just a matter of who could figure it out a little bit faster. So hopefully we can lay a lap down and start towards the front tomorrow.
You mentioned earlier today,
Allmendinger in the
talking to
lead.
reporters, this is
Crazy.
almost like a crown jewel to you because you grew up in this area, your grandmother lived in this area. It's got a big contingent. Everyone ready for maybe a second celebration here this weekend?
Yeah, we got a lot of family in the stands again, just like last year. My mom's from just down the road, so I spent a lot of time in, you know, Newton and Sheraton as a kid, and this place means a lot to me and means a lot to my mom. Growing up. So yeah, we have a big incentive to try to win this one, and hopefully we can get it done.
Spinhouse is usually good here too. Yeah, he's 20,000 to 1 odds to win tomorrow though, Kelly. Throw some cash down on Recce. You never know.
Speedway up in the eastern part of Ohio. It's the memorial race for his grandfather on the other side, the Lou Blaney Memorial.
You want Junior Motorsports to win again? We'll
A lot
see.
of good family stuff happening this weekend with the Blaneys, and Ryan's hoping they can all celebrate here tomorrow for the second consecutive season at Iowa Speedway.
Got to get his qualifying lap in and not be too sketchy on the racetrack. That's been the word of the day here for these drivers.
Sketchy.
Ty Gibbs, he qualified 7th a moment ago.
Justin Haley, here's Butterflies number 7.
Number 8 spot.
Oh, wow.
Haley across the line
2.
P2 on the leaderboard.
23.198. What are these guys coming out of nowhere? These guys coming out of nowhere here, y'all.
Yeah, definitely a good run.
Crazy stuff. Allmendinger and Haley on the outside.
Kind of shorten up, getting to the start-finish line.
What race are we at?
Guys, I feel like it's going to be a competitor later. Kyle Larson looked really
Butterfly was predicting good.
Kyle sits down here. He's the last driver to go out, so he gets a chance to look at all the data on everybody as he rolls out. We've heard words like sketchy and slippery and everything else out there.
Glenn.
What's the challenge for this track for you?
New Hampshire, Dover, Phoenix, Auto Club, even all the others. Wow.
In the corner, my car feels pretty good. But yeah, it'll be on edge, I'm sure, for qualifying here. So if we
Yeah, he finished in the top 10 last week.
All right, he's looking at all the data here.
Look at Austin Cindric, 23.3.
Austin Cindric goes to the top of the leaderboard, 23.310 seconds.
Cindric.
135.135 mile an hour. After what was a dismal practice
Yeah,
session,
it's a weird pick, but I'll take it. Butterfly says.
Amazing to watch Austin Cindric turn that in. Actually, that's a 23.101, 136.358.
23.
The second lap was slower than the first.
101.
That's part of it. You get 2 laps. You can take the fastest lap of the 2. It's not very often the first lap is going to be the best, but sometimes you get yourself in a bit of a bind on lap 2, just trying to dig and get a little more.
Why would you try to get when you're at 23.101?
As Chase Briscoe goes to the top of the board with a 23.00
Look at Briscoe now.
136.9.
Jamie was right about Briscoe.
We'll see what he does in lap 2, but
man, these
teams,
guys.
like the Team Penske cars, the Penske Alliance cars, they are all fastest on lap 1. We've seen other cars like Allmendinger and Haley lap 2. I wonder if their tire pressures are in different places for qualifying. Chase Briscoe.
Thank you, Tiger Stripes Media. Thanks for subbing. We appreciate you.
P1 so far.
Appreciate it, man.
Amazing on Saturdays. Qualifying has been unbelievable for Chase Briscoe here in 2025. Matter of fact, winning his 5th pole last week.
That sucks, Crazy D. I hope you're okay.
Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
And that lap is faster than last year's pole speed set by Kyle Larson. So they have
Chase Briscoe
just a bit here in 2025's version of the Iowa Corn 350, at least here in qualifying.
And part of that being the softer tire that Goodyear's brought back here. Although the asphalt's getting a little bit of wear on it, the tire's got more grip in it. At least it does once it gets down to that new asphalt, because turn 1 entry still seems like the challenge for these guys.
John Hunter Nemechek just turned in the 18th fastest lap of the 23.
John Hunter Nemechek.
So far, John Hunter Nemechek.
Legacy Motor Club.
100th start of the NASCAR Cup Series tomorrow here in Iowa.
John Hunter up off turn number 4, and here he is across the line. John Hunter Nemechek will go to 18th on the board for John Hunter on his 2nd lap on that green and white Dollar Tree Toyota from Legacy Motor Club. Next car in line will be Carson Hocevar.
Hocevar.
Turn number 1.
Here's Hocevar. He'll take that car off.
Watch Hocevar go to the pole. We'll see.
Second groove off the bottom. Spire Motorsports cars. Pretty good here so far with Justin Haley 4th, Michael McDowell in 6th. Let's see what Carson Hocevar can do as he's flying the Spire banner off turn number 4, looking for the white flag of the start-finish line.
Not bad in practice was Hocevar, and a not bad lap number 1. 4th fastest for Carson
Wow.
Hocevar in that Chevrolet. He digs for a little more up off turn number 2, hits the back straightaway.
Carson Hocevar, that is. Here he comes into turn number 3.
We'll survive.
2 lanes off the bottom of the racetrack, and he'll
And
swing
he
that car
doesn't.
wide. He's going to get a good angle. Going to bring it down to the start-finish line. Checkered flag is waving there. Can he get quicker on the second?
I'm running around cleaning and cooking. Sorry if I missed. Oh, you're good. You're good.
He'll bump AJ
What you
Allmendinger
cooking?
back to 4th with a 23.159 second lap.
You look at this, Inspire
23.159.
and 7.
Nice.
Consistency out all
Third
three programs there.
fastest.
We'll see where that plays out.
So a
as we've got,
Toyota, Ford, and a Chevrolet. 1, 2, 3.
Of Chris Busher on the race.
Briscoe has become the new Ryan Newman. You're right.
Ford makes his way into turn number
He knows how to
3
qualify.
Cars. Hocevar is 3rd. Then 5th is Justin Haley. 7th is Michael McDowell. White flag out for Chris Busher.
Busher across the line. That was not the lap he was
Trying to get to 200 likes to finish the day. Help us out with 200 likes, y'all. 200.
The pole was 23.093, or make that 23.004, set by Chase Briscoe just a moment ago. Here's Chris Busher, who'll try to go faster on lap number 2.
Mr. Busher.
Mustang further up the leaderboard.
Here he is. Checkered flag is out. Lap number 2 complete. Busher will stay in the 18th
Nice, Kelly.
spot. So a driver who's just kind of floundering back there. The last car on the playoff cut line.
Sweet
right
Tiger.
Now, 42 points to the good. At least going to be mid-pack at the start of this race, right back there. Not necessarily, I don't think, where you want to be.
Not it at all. Todd Gilliland has just taken the green flag. He is on the racetrack right now, and he bobbles out of 2. And he really had to check up Alex. He was headed for the outside wall.
Got that bright yellow Loves Travel Stop Ford Mustang off the outside
Oh,
wall.
you do
Comes right
play-by-play
back
as
down.
well?
So
Cool.
lap number 1 will not be the best of circuits. Good thing is he's got a second circuit to try to get around and get the job done. 25th on lap number 1.
Yeah, 25th of 26 cars. Well, he knows not what to do, or knows what not to do. In turn number 2, he'll ease through and onto the back straightaway.
Full channel, man. Keep up the good work, buddy.
He's a bit wide.
Go, team. Good job, buddy. Keep it up.
Here's the checkered
Consistency
flag.
is the key, my friend.
Qualifying effort for Todd Gilliland is over.
Ooh.
Improves by 1 position.
Todd Gilliland got into the dirt there.
Goes up to 24th. Chase Briscoe.
24th.
Up off turn number
for
4
Todd
comes a
Gilliland.
Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet and driver William Byron.
Once
Willie
Willie B wraps up his
B.
qualifying effort, we've got Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Christopher Bell, Ryan Preece, Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Larson. And then qualifying for the Iowa Corn 350 will be over.
Here's William Byron in turn number 3. Sun
There
bounces
you go.
off of that lime
Corn on the
green
grill's
and
good.
Raptor paint scheme as the white flag goes in the air. Lap
Willie
number 1
B.
for
Let me see
William
those
Byron.
24s, y'all.
9th overall with a 23.
9th overall for Willie B.
And we've seen, for the most part, a lot of these drivers have that fast second lap. William, 9th of the 27 cars that
Got that
have
microwave
qualified so
trick
far.
down pat.
Here he comes out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 2.
Trying to improve from that number 9 spot as he makes his way down to the finish line. William Byron will jump
Willie
all
B.
the way up to second.
Wow,
Good
Willie
second lap
B.
for William
P2.
Byron. It's Chase Briscoe the quickest. William Byron 3
Hendrick's
100ths
cars
of a
are coming,
second
y'all.
behind him. In the number 2 spot, Austin Cindric. Currently 3rd, Brad Keselowski begins his qualifying lap from Iowa Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
All right, so Willie B now in P2. Austin Cindric P3. We got a Toyota and a Chevrolet on the pole. Are you going to stream the race this afternoon? Yes, I'll be streaming the race this afternoon. We do every race every week if I'm available. We do trucks, we do Xfinity, we do Cup. We do all 3, and then we also do some baseball on here too as well. We're doing the Atlanta Braves versus the Cincinnati Reds game tonight. We'll see if in 3D as well. Hopefully 3D will work from the Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll see how that goes, but that's where we are. We got Bad Brad, and he's got a 23.119 4th place for Bad Brad. So we'll see what happens here. Briscoe's still on the pole. Mr. Briscoe. Briscoe knows how to qualify at these tracks. Crazy D. Yippee, Briscoe. What's up, Hammer? Good to see you. What's up, Hammer? Crazy D says, shutting up now.
track here as the white flag goes in the air at Iowa Speedway for Chase.
No,
Elliott.
we don't show the
As
race.
Chase will go
We don't
sixth.
show the
He
race.
wants to be
We can't do
a
that.
little
It's
better
illegal.
than that as Chase Elliott
You got a
will head to the
YouTube channel, you
backstretch,
know.
chasing perfection.
Of course, we when we left you, Brad Keselowski was on the racetrack. Had
Oh,
a great
cool.
First lap, fourth, and then he almost stuffed it in the fence. In
Yeah, we were gonna go,
Brad
but
Haley
end up
down
not
the
getting
pit road,
tickets.
which left the track open for Chase Elliott.
Here's
Lap
Chase.
One, he was sixth. Does he improve?
Let me see
No,
the
he's gonna
nines.
stay in the number 6 spot.
The
is
points
Chase
leader.
Elliott. So currently it's Chase Briscoe the fastest, William Byron second, Austin Cindric third, Brad Keselowski fourth, Carson Hocevar fifth, Chase Elliott is sixth, AJ
Chase.
Allmendinger seventh. Rest of the top 10 are Justin Haley, Josh Berry, and Michael McDowell.
Alex Bowman is on the racetrack right now.
McDonald's needs to work on their
Certainly
paint
that we got
schemes.
4 races to go in the regular season, and Alex Bowman has not taken that Ally Chevrolet the victory lane. Perhaps maybe this
Awesome.
could be a
Got
good
some
weekend for
ribs
him
in
to
the
get that
smoker
done.
for the
Yeah, they've
Speedway
had speed
game.
in
Nice
their race
hammer.
car all season long, just haven't been able to put the race together from green flag to checkered flag. Lap number 1 is
Did you see Ryan Priest says he wants to win? What do you think about? I mean, all drivers want to win, right? PC.
Good run off the corner and up the back straightaway.
Chase,
Now
where'd he
as drives
go?
it off into turn number 3,
P6.
He's going to be about a lane off the bottom of the racetrack.
Here's
and he'll
Bowman
cut
the
that car down
showman.
a half lane off the bottom as he'll swing wide, looking for checkers.
That dark purple Chevrolet comes across the line, and Bowman will not improve from the number 12 spot. So
12 spot for Bowman. Here's
will,
Big Gator.
at the
Where's
moment
Big
be
Gator?
Sitting right there, hoping he doesn't drop too much further with just a handful of cars remaining.
Now the driver onto the racetrack is the driver that was fastest in single lap speed earlier, Christopher Bell of Joe Gibbs Racing, taking those white, black, and red ream colors around the racetrack. He has just taken the green flag. Here he goes off turn number 2, and he's halfway up the backstretch.
Interested onlooker is his teammate, Chase Briscoe, who's been the fastest in qualifying to this point. Here comes Christopher Bell. Lap number 1 about to go in the books.
White flag is in the air. 1 lap left for C. Bell. Ooh, 21st.
What the heck?
31 cars.
What happened to Christopher Bell?
Now let's see if that too can take him further up the leaderboard.
What happened to Christopher Bell?
Camry to the pole and knock his teammate back to the 2nd spot.
Right in the middle of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4, puts the foot down on the mat on the accelerator off turn number 4. Checkered flag is out for Christopher Bell.
13th overall, 23.26.
Wow, what happened to Bell? 13th fastest.
9 miles per hour for Christopher Bell. Here's
Crazy.
Ryan Priest. He'll fly under the green flag. 4 drivers left after Ryan.
Bowman is the slowman.
Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Larson.
Ryan Priest did not have the best of practices earlier today. He ended up on the right side
Ryan
of
Priest.
the computer screen, which typically means that's the wrong side of the leaderboard where you want to be.
Yeah, definitely in the late 20s, early 30s. They just didn't find speed out of this race car.
What did I tell y'all? He's always slow. He is teammates. 21st for Bell.
Finley here in the 60 car.
Here comes Ryan Priest up the back straightaway. Again,
Oh, 13th, sorry, 13th for Bell.
595 on lap 1 for Ryan Priest. He is on the outside of the playoff bubble looking in. 42 points below the cutoff line. He'll need to win in one of the next 4 races to make the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. Alex, what are you doing on lap 2?
He was faster
Gibbs is
than
giving
his first
Bell
lap,
ties
however,
cars
does not
now. Yeah,
improve.
right.
29th of 32 cars to take time for the red, white, and blue Ford of Ryan Priest.
Ryan Blaney takes the green flag.
There's
right now.
Blaney.
Of course,
Let's see what he
won
can do.
this
He
race
dominated
a year
here.
ago. He takes that car off into turns 1 and 2 under the green flag.
Looks like he got
Finally,
loose,
blue
Bronny.
and white colors on that Ford Mustang this weekend.
With Wabash emblazoned on the hood and down the quarter panels. Here comes Ryan Blaney up off of turn number 4. See what he can do on his first lap. Blaney flashes by start finish. It'll be 5th best on lap
Trying to get to 200 likes before this is over. Can you do it? 200 likes, y'all. We got 400 in here.
What he's able to do coming down the back straightaway. We'll see if he can at least crack the top 5, maybe even sit on the front row for the Iowa Corn 350 tomorrow. Ryan takes the dip into turn 3. He'll ride the seam there on the bottom of the racetrack coming off the corner.
Checker flag in the air. Ryan Blaney sails up underneath it and will stay
P5.
in the number 5 position behind
P5 for Ryan Blaney.
4th. Austin Cindric currently 3rd. William Byron currently 2nd. And Chase Briscoe atop the leaderboard now with just a couple of cars remaining.
So
At least Elliott is in the top 10, CeeLo. Yep.
Chase Briscoe right now is the man that everyone is aiming for, with William Byron 2nd. Austin Cindric third, Brad Keselowski fourth, and Ryan Blaney fifth. Carson Hocevar is sixth, Chase Elliott seventh, AJ Allmendinger's eighth, Justin Haley's ninth, and Josh Berry is 10th.
Bubba, where's my bubbles at?
McDowell, Joey Logano is 12th, Alex
Where's
Bowman
the bubbles
13th,
at?
Christopher Bell 14th, and Austin Dillon rounds out the top 15. Brickyard 400 champion Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace.
By the start-finish line begins his two-lap journey.
Where's Bubbles fans at?
Orange. Bubba is through turns 1 and 2, taking it up the back straightaway. Trying to go back.
That'd be awesome, Hammer. For sure, man.
Took the checkered flag 1 week
Swix, what's up? Kyle Busch fan here. I just broke my phone earlier. I can't even see my screen to type anything. Did you break your phone because he wrecked, or you don't know?
Here he comes up the back straightaway.
Well, welcome in, Swix.
That again, 16th of the 34 cars that have taken time this afternoon. Here comes Bubba. Midway up the turn number 4, he'll swing it up against the safer barrier. Checkered flag waving at the start-finish line. Again, 16th on lap 1.
13th.
Jump to 13th on lap 2.
13th for Bubba Wallace.
7 seconds. 135.501 miles per hour.
And then there were 2. It's Denny Hamlin on the track now.
Right after he wrecked, yeah. Oh my gosh.
For the Iowa Corn 350, Chase Briscoe still the fastest.
That one's zero.
On the racetrack, he'll exit turn 2.
Chase Briscoe.
They need to fire Cindric and hire Hocevar, JJ says.
It'll be his 6th of 2025. Denny Hamlin now will take that Bob's Discount Furniture
Go, Denny.
to the bottom of the racetrack in 3. Here he comes looking for the white flag.
It is in the air. He'll fly by and accept it.
Yeah, I know.
17th.
Shouldn't have thrown it. I know.
17th for Denny Hamlin. He'll dig for a little more as he exits turn 2.
Bubba has fans. He does. He does.
Tell us if he'll indeed improve or not.
Denny Hamlin
17th for Denny.
Red and yellow colored Toyota Camry through the corner. Checkered flag is waving for Denny Hamlin at the start-finish line. Here he comes across the line. Denny Hamlin 17th on lap 1. He'll go to 10th on lap 2. 23.219 seconds, 135.665 miles per hour.
And the final car is on the racetrack and taking the green flag, and that's the red, white, and blue HendrickCars.com Chevrolet of Kyle Larson. Larson on the racetrack. Chase Briscoe, the fastest right now. One of the 2 will lead the field to the green flag tomorrow.
Kyle Larson off the end of the back straightaway with that red, white, and blue color Chevy Camaro. HendrickCars.com on the quarter panels. Here comes Larson across the line. White flag is in the air. 1 lap left for him. What does he do on lap 1?
Third fastest for Kyle Larson.
Wow, Larson, third fastest.
He's foot in it. He's going to rocket down the back straightaway.
Bring it down there.
Speedway. Chase Briscoe watches. Kyle Larson, laser focused, headed to turn 3.
Will it be Chase Briscoe or Kyle Larson on the pole for the Iowa Corn 350? Here comes Larson off the corner. Checkered flag. Kyle Larson's lap is over. Briscoe wins the pole.
Wow. Briscoe. Let me see those 19s.
23.093 second.
Let me see those 19s. 19s. Pole 6 for Briscoe this year.
933 miles per hour. That's a new track record for Chase Briscoe. And again, the 6th time he will lead the field to the green flag of the NASCAR Cup Series.
Good job. Congratulations, Briscoe. Congratulations, Chase Briscoe. As coming up next is the race for the Xfinity race, coming up at 3 o'clock for pre-race ceremonies. I forgot to put the pin message in there during qualifying. I got sidetracked here, so I'm going to redirect you guys over there. Okay, there's that. And all right, so coming up next is the Hy-Vee 250 from the my gosh. Iowa Speedway here in Newton, Iowa. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. Chase Briscoe gets the pole. Willie B second. Kyle Larson third. Austin Cindric fourth. Brad Keselowski fifth. 6th, Ryan Blaney. 7th, Carson Hocevar. 8th, Chase Elliott. 9th, AJ Allmendinger. 10th, Justin Haley. 11th is Denny Hamlin. 12th is Josh Berry. 13th is Michael McDowell. 14th is Joey Logano. 15th is Bubba Wallace. Alex Bowman, 16th. 17th is Christopher Bell. 18th is Austin Dillon. 19th, Cole Custard. 20th, Ty Gibbs. 21st is SVG. 22nd, Tyler Reddick. 23rd, Zane Smith. 24th, Riley Herbst. 25th, Eric Jones. 26th, Daniel Suarez. 27th, Chris Buescher. 28th, Ross Chastain. 29th, John Hunter Nemechek. 30th is Ricky Stenhouse. 31st is Noah Gragson. 32nd is Ty Dillon. 33rd, Ryan Preece. 34th, Todd Gillen. 35th, Cody Ware. 36th, Joey Gase. And 37th will be Kyle Busch, as he wrecked in practice and he is to a backup car. So thank you guys for hanging out with us here today. We appreciate you. We're going to be back here in about 30 minutes for pre-race ceremonies for the CeeLo check Briscoe's engine because there's no way, Jermaine says. But Briscoe with a 23.093, Willie B with a 23.088. So we'll see you guys here in a second. Thank you, Kenneth Fox. We'll keep up the great work. And we'll be back here in just a little bit for NASCAR Xfinity Series High V250 from the Iowa Speedways. I want to thank everybody here today. Thanks so much, Ricky, for the $10 super chat. I want to thank my mods for moderating. I want to thank my members for their hard-earned money back to the channel. I want to thank you for watching, and especially thank my lovely wife, Spain, for everything she does behind the scenes. So thank you guys. We appreciate you. We will see you soon in about 30 minutes. Go get a little break, take a little bathroom break, get you something to eat and a snack, and let's go racing for 250 laps here at Iowa Speedway. We'll see you in a bit. You'll be redirected. You don't have to do nothing. Just stay right here. See you guys. Peace.